What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Anime World. This is the full story where the sage of the six paths, Asura, and Hashirama, Indra, and Madara, and Hamura have given Naruto a gift. After being disowned, Naruto trains like crazy, joins the Uchiha clan, joins the Anbu, and is training now. Listen to the full story to uncover some of the biggest secrets from the village and training compound. Also, huge thanks to Sage 4600 for writing such an amazing story. The link is the description, you can read it from there, and my Patreon link is also given in the description for explicit Naruto content. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel, and now let's start listening to the story. Naruto darted across the streets, avoiding angry mobs of villagers. The citizens of Konoha were going to stop at nothing to kill the Jinchuriki of Kurama, the nine-tailed fox. And Naruto was years old. The civilians cornered Naruto inside an alleyway, whips, knives, and clubs in hand. Nowhere to run now, demon brat? The man in the lead said. To-san, Naruto said. Minato Namikaze, the Yondaime Hokage, stood in the corner. The Hokage shot an icy glare at Naruto. Good thing they aren't beating Menma and Mito. Bye, demon. Minato walked away, humming a song. He was the hero of Konoha, and the father of Menma, Mito, and the forgotten Naruto. Menma, Mito, Kushina, his wife, and himself were hailed as the village heroes for defeating the Kyuubi. Minato smiled, as the villagers began to pummel the poor child. Flashback. Kurama's tails slashed at Konohagakure shinobi. Minato Namikaze, Hiruzen Sarutobi, and Konoha Junin battled the fox, launching attacks at the tailed beast. I'll seal Kyuubi, Hiruzen said. Minato grinned. He wouldn't have to die. Hi, Minato said happily. Hiruzen lunged at the fox. Using his staff to propel him, the Sandaime Hokage weaved quick-hand seals. Dead demon consuming seal. The Shinigami appeared, ready to consume souls. Minato, you will become the next Hokage. Seal the beast into my son, Kushina said, after giving birth to Naruto Uzumaki. The Shinigami dragged Kurama into the young baby, Naruto, as Hiruzen's soul disappeared part by part. I wish for Naruto to be treated as an equal. Hiruzen collapsed, his lifeless corpse toppling to the ground. Minato cheered. The Kyuubi is defeated, Minato announced. The shinobi roared in delight. Minato, I have two twins, hail them as the heroes. I don't care about this demon anymore, Kushina whispered. Same here, Minato whispered back. The couple hated Naruto for being Kyuubi. Kushina had first wanted Naruto to save the world when she brought him out, but when she realized that Naruto had become a Jinchuriki, she spat at Naruto in disgust. I, Minato Namikaze, along with Kushina Uzumaki, and our children Menma and Mito Namikaze, have saved the world. Unfortunately, Hiruzen Sarutobi here has fallen at the hands of Kyuubi. This is Naruto, Minato declared. The Yondaime Hokage threw Naruto on the ground, spitting at him. This boy is the Nine Tails. The shinobi gasped. From now on, I will be the Hokage, Minato said, gleeful. Flashback end. From that point on, Naruto, he refused to call himself the last name of the parents that had thrown him to sleep in the attic, had been beaten up and bullied, as well as neglected by his parents. Naruto burst into tears. Wah! Time skip. Years later, Naruto sat on the blanket he had been given as a bed. Minato and Kushina had locked him in while they celebrated Menma and Mito's birthday. Naruto's room had almost nothing, only a single blanket as his bed and a plank of wood as his desk. Naruto despised his mean parents. Naruto had longed to be a ninja so he could become acknowledged by everyone as a hero. A year ago, Naruto had found Kurama, who had started teaching him. Naruto now knew the basics, along with some D and C rank fire release, water release, earth release, lightning release, and wind release, his affinity. Naruto? Kushina said coldly as she opened the door. Come down. It's your turn to give Menma and Mito their birthday presents. Naruto walked down slowly. His siblings had just started learning ninjutsu for their birthday present. He had seen them in the yard. Pathetic, Naruto thought at the time. Our birthday present is pummeling you. Menma grinned. The whole Namikaze family joined in, punching Naruto. And disowning you. See ya, Mito cackled. Soon, Naruto, age, was sitting outside the Namikaze mansion. He had been banished. Kurama, I'm sad, wailed Naruto. Do not fear. A man wearing a white robe descended into Naruto's landscape, along with others. You have been chosen as the child of the prophecy, unlike your spoiled siblings. I am Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the sage of the six paths. Naruto gasped. He had saw his name in the scrolls. Naruto had done his homework. He knew all about the ninja world, history, geography, and shinobi. We will grant you a power. Asura Otsutsuki said, my host has been Hashirama Senju. We all will give you our chakra, and gift a Kekkei Genkai to you. My host has been Madara of the Uchiha. My gift is the Sharingan, the Mangekyo Sharingan, the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and the Rinne Sharingan. Indra said, mine is Hashirama's wood release. Asura said, you shall have the Byakugan. Hamura Otsutsuki said, and my gift to you is the tailed beast chakra. Hagoromo said, Heya, Hagoromo-sama, long time no see. Kurama said cheerfully, thank you. You know him? Naruto asked. Yes, I created the tailed beasts along with my brother Hamura. Hagoromo said, I and my brother shall leave Hashirama and Madara here to train you. Indra said, Indra is right, but as of now, you need a home. Find a clan that accepts you. And, your dojutsu will only activate if you want it to. We are gifting these gifts to you because you need them. Good luck, Asura said. With a poof, the Otsutsuki disappeared. Naruto smiled. He had been gifted power beyond what he had imagined. Kurama, shall we lodge in an alleyway where we shall train? Naruto asked. Naruto sat in the alleyway. The villagers were beating him up, again. And he wouldn't do anything about it. Stop. A boy his age said, holding a brandished kunai. The Uchiha crest was on his back. PPPT. Sasuke Uchiha. Why are you even helping this demon? The villagers spat. He's a person, you know. Sasuke said, disgusted. Come on, boy, let's go. My name is Sasuke. Sasuke led Naruto out of the alley, into a park. What's your name? I want to be your friend. Sasuke asked kindly. Naruto. I'm an orphan. Naruto said, do you want to join me in my family? Sasuke asked. The Uchiha wanted a friend his age, like Naruto. Yes, thank you. Naruto cheered. He's the Uchiha heir. Go with him. Madara whispered in Naruto's mind. Sasuke brought Naruto to the Uchiha compound. Sasuke. Who's this? Fugaku said. He's my new friend. He's an orphan. Can we adopt him, please? Sasuke said. Sure. Itachi said. The Uchiha quickly signed the adoption papers, and Naruto had become an official Uchiha. Minato didn't care, he just allowed it. He didn't even care if Naruto joined another clan. Hello, Naruto. A woman said kindly. I'm Makoto Uchiha. I'm your mom, okay? Okay, mommy, Naruto said happily. Is that my daddy? Naruto pointed at Fugaku, who nodded. Time skip, 1 week. So Naruto, do you know who your parents are? Makoto asked. Naruto nodded. The Hokage and his wife. The Uchiha's mouths dropped open in shock. He dumped me and disowned me. Naruto spat. Naruto, you are now an Uchiha, okay? Your family isn't the Hokage's family anymore, okay? Itachi said. Okay, Ni-san. Naruto said, cheerful again. The Uchiha had become Naruto's family. Itachi was his older brother. Sasuke was his younger brother. Shisui was his cousin. And Fugaku and Makoto were his parents. Boys, today we're going to do Sharingan training. Itachi announced. Naruto and Sasuke cheered. Let's go to the Uchiha training grounds. Itachi said. The boys walked to the yard. Naruto and Sasuke had become best friends. They trained together and learned together. Show me your Sharingan, Itachi said. Sasuke's 3-tomo Sharingan appeared, and Naruto's Eternal Mangekyo Rinne Sharingan appeared. Itachi gasped. How did Naruto get that special Sharingan? He didn't even have the Rinnegan. Naruto, you aren't an Uchiha by blood, how did you get those eyes? Itachi asked. A guy called Hagoromo Otsutsuki gave them to me. Naruto said. He was still a kid and didn't really know what to do with them. He only knew the basics through Madara. That's the sage of 6 paths. Itachi thought. Shisui, you've got to see this. Itachi said. Shisui ran out and glanced at Naruto's eyes. They were Madara Uchiha's eyes. Naruto, Do you know the basics? Shisui asked. Naruto nodded. I'll make some shadow clones to help me learn. Naruto said. The Uchiha were amazed. How could Minato not notice such a big prodigy? He even was acknowledged by the Sage of Six Paths himself. The boys trained hard, and Sasuke was weaker than Naruto by a little bit. Naruto ni-san, let's go back in, Sasuke said. Okay. The two Uchiha boys rushed in, ready for dinner. Time skip. Month. Rumors had spread regarding the prodigy of the Uchiha. The Sannin and Danzo had heard of them, so they decided to check the kid out. Danzo wanted the kid en route. The Sannin wanted to train the kid. Naruto. Someone important wants to see you. Makoto called. Coming. Ka-san. Naruto said, as Makoto opened the door. The Sannin stepped into the house. Thank you, Uchiha-san. Tsunade said, hello, are you the Sannin? Naruto asked, as Sasuke ran out too. Yes, you did your homework, didn't you? Orochimaru said, yes. Naruto and Sasuke's knowledge are beyond anyone at the academy. They also have strong dojutsu and techniques. Makoto said, Naruto, Sasuke, we want to train you for a year. We'll visit every day to train you, is that fine? Jiraiya said, Ka-san, I want to be trained. Sasuke said, okay. Makoto said, I allow them to be trained by you. Naruto, Sasuke, make sure you do your chores first. Okay. Ka-san. Naruto and Sasuke said, shall we start? Jiraiya said, in the Uchiha training grounds, Naruto and Sasuke created clones to help them with their training. Sasuke had enough chakra reserves for clones, while Naruto created also. These kids are real prodigies. Jiraiya thought. Tsunade taught them basic chakra control, chakra-infused attacks, and had them study medicine and poison, while Jiraiya taught them basic ninjutsu, chakra change, and taijutsu. Orochimaru taught them information, summoning, and genjutsu. In a month, Naruto and Sasuke had mastered the material the Sannin taught them. This stuff is usually learned in half a year. Tsunade thought. Amazing. The two brothers continued learning. Sharingan Jutsu and Kenjutsu from Itachi and Shisui, Medical Ninjutsu from Tsunade, Sage Mode from Jiraiya, and Fuinjutsu from Orochimaru. Naruto and Sasuke continued learning. Quickly, the brothers had become the most feared ninja in Konoha, being trained in all kinds of techniques and jutsu. Soon, Naruto and Sasuke had mastered everything but taijutsu, and had finished the Sannin's training in half a year. Time skip. Week later, Danzo knocked on the door of the Uchiha. Half a year had passed since the rumors began. He hadn't tried the Uchiha yet, as he had wasted too long checking the other clans. Fugaku opened the door. Danzo, what brings you here? Fugaku said, I would like to recruit young Sasuke and Naruto into the Anbu. Danzo said, I heard rumors about two brothers being prodigies who are trained by the Sannin. I will allow it, but you must have Naruto and Sasuke's approval first. Fugaku said, Naruto, Sasuke, two-san. Sasuke said, Naruto and Sasuke were now. Is that Danzo from the Anbu? Naruto asked. He, you did your homework. Danzo said, join the Anbu. Okay, Gigi. Sasuke said, as the two brothers giggled. Yeah, I wanna join. Naruto said, good, meet me in the Forest of Death tomorrow morning. Danzo said, okay Gigi. Naruto said. Danzo left the room, smiling. He had recruited two prodigies for Anbu. Naruto and Sasuke prepared a snack, hungry. Tomorrow, Sasuke said, we're part of the Anbu Black Ops. Naruto said, let's go tell Itachi ni-san. Okay, Sasuke said, as the boys went to find Itachi. Shisui, you've got to see this. Itachi said. Shisui ran out and glanced at Naruto's eyes. They were Madara Uchiha's eyes. Naruto, do you know the basics? Shisui asked. Naruto nodded. I'll make some shadow clones to help me learn. Naruto said. The Uchiha were amazed. How could Minato not notice such a big prodigy? He even was acknowledged by the Sage of Six Paths himself. The boys trained hard, and Sasuke was weaker than Naruto by a little bit. Naruto ni-san, let's go back in, Sasuke said. Okay. The two Uchiha boys rushed in, ready for dinner. Time skip. Month. Rumors had spread regarding the prodigy of the Uchiha. The Sannin and Danzo had heard of them, so they decided to check the kid out. Danzo wanted the kid en route. The Sannin wanted to train the kid. Naruto, someone important wants to see you. Makoto called. Coming, Ka-san, Naruto said, as Makoto opened the door. The Sannin stepped into the house. Thank you, Uchiha-san. Tsunade said. Hello, are you the Sannin? Naruto asked, as Sasuke ran out too. Yes, you did your homework, didn't you? Orochimaru said. Yes, Naruto and Sasuke's knowledge are beyond anyone at the academy. They also have strong dojutsu and techniques. Makoto said. Naruto, Sasuke, we want to train you for year. We'll visit every day to train you, is that fine? Jiraiya said. Ka-san, I want to be trained. Sasuke said. Okay. Makoto said. I allow them to be trained by you. Naruto, Sasuke, make sure you do your chores first. Okay, Ka-san. Naruto and Sasuke said. Shall we start? Jiraiya said. In the Uchiha training grounds, Naruto and Sasuke created clones to help them with their training. Sasuke had enough chakra reserves for clones, while Naruto created also. These kids are real prodigies. Jiraiya thought. Tsunade taught them basic chakra control, chakra-infused attacks, and had them study medicine and poison, while Jiraiya taught them basic ninjutsu, chakra change, and taijutsu. Orochimaru taught them information, summoning, and genjutsu. In a month, Naruto and Sasuke had mastered the material the Sannin taught them. This stuff is usually learned in half a year. Tsunade thought. Amazing. The two brothers continued learning. Sharingan jutsu and kenjutsu from Itachi and Shisui, medical ninjutsu from Tsunade, sage mode from Jiraiya, and fuinjutsu from Orochimaru. Naruto and Sasuke continued learning. Quickly, the brothers had become the most feared ninja in Konoha, being trained in all kinds of techniques and jutsu. Soon, Naruto and Sasuke had mastered everything but taijutsu, and had finished the Sannin's training in half a year. Time skip. Week later, Danzo knocked on the door of the Uchiha. Half a year had passed since the rumors began. He hadn't tried the Uchiha yet, as he had wasted too long checking the other clans. Fugaku opened the door. Danzo, what brings you here? Fugaku said. I would like to recruit young Sasuke and Naruto into the Anbu. Danzo said. I heard rumors about two brothers being prodigies who are trained by the Sannin. I will allow it, but you must have Naruto and Sasuke's approval first. Fugaku said. Naruto, Sasuke, two-san. Sasuke said. Naruto and Sasuke were now. Is that Danzo from the Anbu? Naruto asked. You did your homework. Danzo said. Join the Anbu. Okay, Gigi, Sasuke said, as the two brothers giggled. Yeah, I wanna join, Naruto said. Good, meet me in the Forest of Death tomorrow morning. Danzo said. Okay Gigi, Naruto said. Danzo left the room, smiling. He had recruited two prodigies for Anbu. Naruto and Sasuke prepared a snack, hungry. Tomorrow, Sasuke said. We're part of the Anbu Black Ops. Naruto said. Let's go tell Itachi ni-san. Okay, Sasuke said, as the boys went to find Itachi. Uzumaki Namikaze Estate. Menma and Mito smiled. Their father had promised to give them their Sharingan. They knew that their brother, Naruto, had it, and as the children of the prophecy, they were supposed to have the Sharingan instead of their brother Naruto. Our Sharingan, Mito sang uglily, as Menma clapped his hands. The two spoiled brats were excited, and were extremely happy when Naruto was kicked out. They despised their brother, the demon. Uchiha compound. Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uchiha walked into their house. Two-san, the selfish Hokage gave us a mission, Naruto said. Suddenly, two men leapt at Naruto, ready to gouge out his eyes. Naruto quickly drew his katana and sliced the men. Undercover Anbu faking Uchiha, Sasuke exclaimed, as Fugaku leapt out of his study. What happened? Why did you attack Kancho Uchiha? Fugaku asked. He's actually an ANBU, aka Boar. Naruto said. They wanted to get my Sharingan. Probably under orders from the Hokage, just so that Mito and Menma can get it. Sheesh. The Hokage is so trash. Fugaku said. Week later. We are here to condemn Naruto Uchiha, also known as Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. We are here to discuss his charges. 1. He has stolen a Sharingan from an Uchiha. 2. He killed Kancho Uchiha, also known as Boar. And 3. He disobeyed the Hokage, as well as being the demon that he is. Minato spat. All of these are false charges. Naruto said, the Kyuubi was controlled by Madara Uchiha. You saw that yourself, Minato. The Sharingan was a gift from the Sage of Six Paths. There never was a Kancho Uchiha. He was just Boar, who reported under you, the Hokage, and you aren't allowed to tell Anbu to do something for your family's personal gain. We swore loyalty to Konoha, not you, Minato Namikaze. Well, Mito and Menma needed because they are the children of the prophecy and will save the world. Kushina said, nope, I got acknowledged by the Rokudo Sennin, not them. If they were the children of the prophecy, they would have gotten the dojutsu. Too bad, Naruto said. I, Fugaku Uchiha, agree fully with Naruto, as well as the entirety of the Uchiha clan. Fugaku said, we, the Nara clan, agree too. Shikaku said, I, Danzo Shimura, head of Anbu Black Ops, agree with Uchiha Naruto. Danzo voiced out, as payment for your crimes, you must give Mito Uzumaki Namikaze and Menma Uzumaki Namikaze all of your gifts, as well as the nine-tailed fox soul and whatever else is sealed inside. Minato continued, nope, it's for your personal gain, not the village. Naruto said, but it is for the village, as Mito and Menma have to save the world. Minato lied, let's have a vote. All of the clan heads except for the Uzumaki and Namikaze clans voted for Naruto, as well as Danzo. The civilian council, however, and the Hokage and the Uzumaki and Namikaze clan heads, voted for the Hokage. It is settled. The civilian council, as well as the Uzumaki and Namikaze clans, count as votes each, so we outnumber you. Minato boasted, you added that rule just now. Yes, the Hokage and the civilian council are each worth votes, but I am too, worth votes. The Uzumaki and Namikaze clan heads are not worth votes. Danzo said, at least the Uzumaki clan is, as they are the founders of Konoha. Minato spat, are you such a baka? It was the Senju and Uchiha clan. Fugaku said, Anbu Black Ops, kill Naruto Uzumaki Uchiha and obtain his dojutsu. Minato ordered, as Anbu sprung into action, as well as Mito, Menma, and Kushina, as well as Minato. The clan heads and the people at the court quickly prepared to fight. Minato, you lose. Shikaku said, fine, we'll come back next time, idiots. And next time we'll have Naruto's dojutsu for sure. Minato roared, Hiyashi, can I talk to you for a moment? Naruto asked as Minato and his family hirigened away. Yes, young Naruto. Hiyashi said, I got the Byakugan from Hamura Otsutsuki, can you teach me how to use it? Naruto asked, of course, I'd be glad to have an Uchiha ally to the Hyuga. You can train with me, Neji, and Hinata every doyobi. Hiyashi said, thanks, Hiyashi Jii-chan. Naruto said as he skipped over to Fugaku. Nice, we got the Hyuga clan on our side, as well as every clan except for the Uzumaki and Namikaze clans. Naruto is a great son as well as asset and also ally. Fugaku thought, happy about how his son had gotten support from almost all the clans but. Okay, Naruto, I'll let you go to the Hyuga clan compound every doyobi. Fugaku said to his son. Good boy, yay, thanks, To-san. Naruto cheered. Naruto, I have a task for you. Danzo said, as Naruto ran over. While you are at the academy, look for potential Anbu candidates. Okay. Danzo Gigi. Naruto said, bye. Hyuga compound, doyobi, Saturday, Naruto practiced gentle fist with Hiyashi and Neji. Hinata was behind, so she was training by herself, but Naruto and Neji became quick friends and sparring partners. Trigram's palms. Naruto cried, as he rushed forward. Trigram's rotating heaven. Neji said, the spars became very exciting to watch, and it got more and more interesting once ninjutsu and strong fist taijutsu was introduced. Both boys were prodigies, and Naruto taught his best friends, Neji and Sasuke ninjutsu every Byubi, Sunday. Naruto and Neji had learned quickly how to combine gentle fist with ninjutsu, while Sasuke and Naruto learned combos and taijutsu. Soon, the friends were very strong. Neji had joined Anbu as bird, and they were on the same mission and had formed a Anbu squadron of Anbu around years old or so. Soon, the mission was about to begin, and the 3 young Anbu prepared for their mission. "Let's do this," Naruto cheered, as happiness erupted through the Anbu. Their mission was about to kick off. The academy tilde. Sasuke and Naruto walked into the doors of the academy. "Time to put up our masks," Naruto said to Sasuke quietly. Sasuke pretended, nodding discreetly. The boys sat down onto their seats, as 3 banshees charged into the room. "I got here first," Sakura screeched. "I'm the Hokage's daughter, and I say I'm first. Even if I'm not first, I still can claim first," Mito screamed. Ino knew that there was no point in arguing, so she just down next to her 2 friends, Shikamaru and Choji. The 2 banshees, however, rushed toward Sasuke, the new transfer, and blushed. "Hi, Sasuke," Mito said, batting her eyelashes idiotically. "Don't you want to sit next to me, the Hokage's daughter, instead of that demon?" "Sasuke, awesome shinobi like you shouldn't be hanging out with idiots like Mito," Sakura said, fine with Naruto. "Naruto, do you want to swap seats?" "Demon," Mito hissed. "Swap seats with me, by the order of the Hokage. I'll force you to if you don't." "Sure, Sakura," Naruto said, pleased with how Sakura actually tried to be civil, like a proper shinobi. Naruto and Sakura swapped seats. "By the order of the Yondaime Hokage, Naruto, you must swap with me," Mito roared. Now, Mito, please calm down." As you can see, Naruto agreed to swap with Sakura so she can sit there, as Naruto was there first. Iruka said, entering the room. "Shut up, you are all lowly idiots who or nothing compared to me, the future Hokage," Mito yelled. "Anyway, let's make the teams," Iruka said, as he assigned teams. Team Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and by the orders of the Hokage, Mito Uzumaki Namikaze. Mito cheered loudly as her teammates groaned, Sasuke silently and Naruto loudly. "Shut up, demon," Mito spat. Team Kiba Inuzuka, Shino Aburame, Hinata Hyuga. Team Neji Hyuga, Rock Lee, Tenten, and Menma Uzumaki Namikaze. Team Shikamaru Nara, Ino Yamanaka, and Choji Akamichi. "Please go to your waiting rooms," Iruka said. Team waiting room tilde. "Oh, Sasuke-kun, you shouldn't waste time with the demon and that pig," Mito cooed. "As an handsome Uchiha, you should be hanging out with the Hokage's daughter, me." In reality, Sasuke didn't care about this kind of compliments. All that mattered was the mission at hand, and those that he cared about. Sasuke said, "Oh yeah, let's prank that idiot Jonin. He's so late," Mito said. "No thank you," Naruto said. Mito rigged up a whiteboard eraser on the door. "Hi, meet me on the roof at," the Jonin said, as the eraser toppled down onto him. "My first impression of you, Mito, spoiled." "You can't say that, I'm not spoiled. I'm the Hokage's daughter and you can't say I'm bad or you will be punished," Mito yelled. "See?" the Junin said as he shunshined to the roof. Roof. Finally, team, panting, Sasuke and Naruto's were fake, reached the roof. "Hello," the Jonin said. "You must teach us how to do that," Mito screamed. "Anyway," the Jonin sensei said, "let's introduce ourselves. My name is Kakashi Hitaki, I like adult stuff, my dislikes and hobbies I don't want to say, my dream. Let's just say I don't have a dream. Forehead, my name is Sakura Haruno. I like looks at Sasuke and flowers. I don't like Mito Baka, and before today I would probably say Naruto too. My dream is to blushes," Sakura said. "Red hair," Kakashi said. "My name is Mito Uzumaki Namikaze, believe it. I like Sasuke and my family. I hate Naruto, Sakura, Ino, and anyone who tries to take my Sasuke away from me. My dream is to become the Hokage," Mito yelled. PPPTT. Naruto thought, "We don't need another bad Hokage." Blondie, my name is Naruto Uchiha. I like my senseis, my clan, and a few other clans. I hate banshees, people who beat or neglect me, and people who abuse power. My dream is to have a good life with my friends and family." Naruto said. "Uchiha too. I'm Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto's brother. Girls blush. I like my senseis, my clan, and missions. I hate the same things as Naruto, and my dream is, well, confidential. Sasuke said. Sasuke's so cool. The girls cooed. Meet me tomorrow for the second part of the Genin test. Kakashi said. Okay. Everyone cheered as Kakashi shunshined away. Next day. Naruto leaned towards the tree. Sasuke and Sakura stood nearby. Mito was complaining about Kakashi being late. Hey, Sasuke, Sakura, come over here. Naruto said, as the two other members walked over. This is a teamwork test, so we have to work together. Here's the plan. Hey, Kakashi said, there are 3 bells that you have to get. If you can't get a bell, then you will be tied to the post without lunch. Come with an intent to kill. Let's begin, my cute little Genin. Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke leapt into the trees while Mito attacked Kakashi with the cage bunshin. Oh, Mito's getting her ass kicked so bad. Naruto laughed silently, as Sasuke chuckled and Sakura giggled. Finally, Mito dangled from a tree. Let's do this, Naruto yelled. Sasuke shot out shuriken, as Sakura leapt forward and used clones to attack Kakashi with kunai. Naruto shot senbon straight at Kakashi's vital points. Sasuke-kun, why are you working with the pig and demon? You should be working with me. Mito screeched. Sasuke said, as he leapt out and shot a fireball at Kakashi together with Naruto. Sakura jumped back at the last moment and shattered the ground with a metal gauntlet that Naruto had unsealed from a scroll, as Sasuke leapt over, shunshining around the area. Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke said together. On it, Naruto quickly shunshined over, throwing kunai at Kakashi. Silent theft. Naruto quickly swiped the bells and tossed the other 2 bells to Sakura and Sasuke. Nice. Naruto smiled. You pass, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura. Kakashi said. Suddenly, a red-haired bratty girl leapt over and swiped Sakura and Naruto's bells. You'll be going back to the academy, demon and pig. Mito said, sticking her tongue out at Naruto and Sakura. Mito, this childish behavior is unacceptable. You will go back to the academy. The purpose of the exercise is teamwork, not selfishness. And Sasuke. Kakashi roared. You do not pass, as you were foolish, you stole from your teammates, and you kept on screaming for Sasuke. Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura, you are dismissed. Okay. Kakashi-sensei. The 3 members of team said. Naruto and Sasuke shunshined away and Sakura leapt away. No, I am the Hokage's daughter and I cannot go back to the academy. You are officially fired. Mommy will replace you. Mito screamed. And you must train me one-on-one so I can be better than the pig and the demon. Sorry, Mito, I've decided to train Sakura. She needs training the most. Sayonara, Kakashi said, before shunshining away. Namikaze Estate. Hours later. Mito sat down on her seat at the table. Papa, I was paired with that demon and a pig. Kakashi-sensei said that he wouldn't train me and would train that pig instead. Mito said, and I was sent back to the academy for not working with my team. I didn't have that problem. Menma said silently, I even made friends with my team already. Except that guy sensei is weird. Good job, Menma and Mito, I'll teach you with mom, okay? And I'll pull you out of the academy. Minato said, how dare Sakura Haruno, Naruto Uchiha, and Kakashi Hatake disobey you? Dad, where's Ni-san? Menma asked. You don't have a Ni-san, Menma, don't be silly. Kushina lied. Yes I do, I remember his name was Naruto. Menma said sadly. Naruto's a demon. Mito hissed. Menma finished his ramen and walked up to his room sadly. Whatever, Menma is just getting silly. Mito said. Besides, we disowned him happily, remember? And Menma's gift to me was that his gift was beating the demon up. Yes, good girl, I'll get you your Sharingan soon. Minato said, brushing his daughter's bright, red hair. The only problem in this family was that Kushina, Minato, and Mito's hearts were full of darkness. Week later. Hokage-sama, our team is ready to go on a C-rank mission. I have trained Sakura well. Kakashi said, yes, you may go, but Mito must come with you. Minato said, it's an order, Kakashi. She doesn't deserve to be a genin. Kakashi said, she's a weakling who is just bratty and spoiled. Don't you say that about my daughter. Minato hissed. She's stronger than you and she will be the captain of the mission. Hokage-sama, you know her level of power. Kakashi protested. No, Mito. Minato yelled. Mito plunged a kunai into Kakashi. Why did you attack Kakashi-sensei? Sakura asked, preparing her fists. See? She's stronger than Kakashi. Minato said. Please go now. Next day. Your mission is to guard Tazuna, the bridge builder. Minato said. My first impression of the red hair is that she's spoiled. Tazuna said. Don't you say that about my daughter. Minato barked. What did you pack? Kakashi asked his team. Some ninja tools and some clothing. Everyone but Mito said. I packed everything I own. I'm so glam, right? Mito boasted. The red-haired brat wore a gown with golden glitter and pink all over. Nope. Everyone whispered. Now, I'm the leader of the mission. Daddy said that yesterday. I order you to say that I'm the best and stronger than you, except for Sasuke-kun of course. Mito said. No. Everyone said. Anyway, let's go, idiots, except for my Sasuke-kun. Mito said, as Sasuke rolled his eyes. The team walked along the road, escorting their client. Suddenly, the demon brothers leapt out of a puddle, ready to attack. Sakura protected the client, while Mito brushed her hair. Naruto and Sasuke held out their kunai. By the orders of the Hokage, my daddy, you must stop. Mito said, PPPPT. Like we'd listen to you. Gozu and Mizu said, Gozu, Mizu. Naruto and Sasuke warned. Of course, Master Sama. The brothers said, as they shunshined away. Why do they listen to you, demon? Mito said, why not the glamorous Mito Uzumaki Namikaze? 'Cause I know them. I know lots of these guys, they're my friends. Naruto said, let's go. Sasuke-kun, Sakura-chan. Okay. Naruto-kun. The other members of team said. The team sat on the boat as Tazuna's friend paddled them over toward the main island. Plus, we're here, the man said. Good. Kakashi said. Naruto quickly threw a kunai at the rustling bushes. It's just a rabbit, Mito screeched. Nope. Naruto said. It's Momochi. Hello, Naruto. A man wearing bandages said. Hey, Zabuza. Naruto said. We're protecting Tazuna here. That's the Namikaze brat. Wanna come and have some fun? Naruto? Sasuke? Zabuza asked. Sasuke said, nodding, as he and Naruto leapt into the forest. What just happened? Why does the demon get to go with my Sasuke-kun? Mito yelled. I don't know. Kakashi said. I guess they're strong enough to handle any threats. I practiced with them before, they offered to train me. Sakura said. How strong are they? Mito said. Let's just say very strong. Sakura said. I'm not allowed to disclose that. Tell me on the orders of the Hokage. Mito roared. Pig. Oh, I'm sure I can beat you badly after training with Naruto-kun, Sasuke-kun, and Kakashi-sensei. And, why don't you just go running to your daddy now, huh? Sakura taunted. With Zabuza. Haku. Naruto. Sasuke. There's Gato's base. Zabuza said. Let's go. Yeah man. Naruto cheered, as he put on his Anbu fox mask. Yeah, let's wreck it. Sasuke said, placing his hawk mask on his face. Quickly, the team ran in, using their weapons to slice everyone to bits. The Konoha Anbu and Kiri rogues went wild as the whole base blew up. Job done. Zabuza quickly sliced up Gato. Got all his money. Naruto said, tossing the scroll full of Ryo to the rogue. Pleasure doing business with you. Zabuza joked, as he started leaving the base. Keep in touch. Talk to the others as well. Naruto said, as he waved to the rogue. Come on Sasuke, let's get back. Konoha Shinobi base. I challenge you to a fight. The condition is that if you lose, I must know everything. You must give me Sasuke-kun, and you will lose everything while I get everything. Mito screamed. I accept, even if I can't gain anything. Sakura said. Oh wait, I can damage your ego. Sounds good. Mito fumed, as the girls prepared to fight. Mito charged up a Rasengan, as Sakura grinned. Water wall. Sakura plunged her fist into the ground. Sakura's weapons now were gauntlets that her new friends, Naruto and Sasuke, had designed for her. Sakura's gauntlets were metal, and were even stronger when she infused chakra into them. She could twist a knob and metal swords would appear from the gauntlets. Sakura had also learned some basic genjutsu, ninjutsu, kenjutsu, and taijutsu. Her affinity was earth, while her other natures were water and lightning. Time to crush you, Mito, Sakura said, weaving hand seals. Comet whirlwind. Sakura quickly blew out a barrage of water and rock, as she infused lightning chakra into her gauntlets. She quickly put together her gauntlets and shot out 2 bolts of lightning. In seconds, Mito was on the ground. Sakura wins, Kakashi said, shocked. Kakashi had only taught her affinities and taijutsu. The rest was probably Naruto and Sasuke. But how? He didn't know. Hey guys, what happened? Naruto asked, as he and Sasuke returned. This little dog challenged me to a fight. Sakura said, I pummeled her. She knows the Rasengan. I bet she only knows Shadow Clone Jutsu, Henge, and Rasengan. Kinda like Naruto in the canon, nice. Sasuke said, I tested out my new move, Comet Whirlwind. Sakura reported, cool, let's do another round of training later. Kakashi, can we return? Gato is dealt with, Naruto said. Kakashi's mouth dropped open. Okay, Kakashi said, as he left a shadow clone behind to protect Tazuna. Konohagakure they did what? Minato said angrily. Kakashi, you are relieved of your duties. Kushina will be the new team sensei. The whole team except for Mito's faces were drained of colors. Now, Kushina will be the sensei. Minato said, as Kushina entered the room. Perfect, Kushina said. Next, you are doing a joint mission with team. Your mission is a B rank because Mito requested it. Your mission is to capture or kill a group of bandits at the land of the mountains. Minato said. Suddenly, Minato leapt at Naruto, ready to gouge out his eyes. Thank you, Daddy, Mito said, ready to have her Sharingan. Naruto stepped out of the way and chopped Minato with his hand. He was trying to obtain my Sharingan for this idiot's sake. Naruto said, pointing at Mito. Minato-sensei, I'm ashamed. Kakashi said, as he shunshined away. Land of mountains. We're here, Naruto announced. What a drag, Shikamaru said. HN. Sasuke said. Yum. Choji said. Let's start. Any sensory types here? Naruto asked, as Ino raised her hand. Good. Try to pick up some chakra signatures. Okay. Ino activated her jutsu. Naruto Uzumaki, you are not allowed to instruct anyone. Kushina roared. Only Mito, Asuma, and myself may do that. Unless he has our consent, and judging by his behavior now, Naruto Uchiha can instruct us properly. If he can do that, and do it well, then why not let him do it? Shikamaru reasoned. Because Mito over here can do much better. Kushina said. No use in arguing. Troublesome. Shikamaru said. Everyone knew about how good Mito was. Not good. If she had learned the Rasengan, the other genin had learned much harder techniques. And much more powerful jutsu. Found one. Ino exclaimed, pointing towards a valley full of bones. Sharp, sharp bones. Dry, dry bones. This trip would not be enjoyable. Mito is the leader of the mission now. Kushina declared. Honestly, I think the best leaders would be Sasuke, Naruto or Shikamaru. Asuma said. Nope. I'm better than that demon brat. Mito screamed. Really? Ino sighed. Let's just go. I order you to escort me down so I can beat the rogue ninja. Mito yelled. Nope. The team members said. You must. Mito roared. Come on, guys, let's just go. I'll teach you something later. Naruto said. Okay, troublesome. Shikamaru said. Team except for Mito and team quickly darted into the valley, ready to battle. The genin prepared their weapons. Come to capture us, I presume. A man said. I'm Akumu, one of the guardians of Tsubasa. Come at me. Akumu Degeki, a rank rogue nin from Iwagakure. I couldn't find you before. Naruto said. Stand back. Let's activate Plan B. Okay. The team said. The ninja jumped back, as Shikamaru fired explosive kunai at the rogue. Ino quickly used her mind destruction technique as Sakura shot out chains from her gauntlets. Sasuke quickly fired a fireball while Naruto used the Chidori. Choji slammed his fists into the ground as Naruto quickly swapped the jutsu to the double suicide decapitation jutsu. Naruto quickly pulled Akumu into the earth. Let's finish it, Choji roared. Rasengan. A familiar voice said, missing Akumu by a long range. Thanks, brat. Akumu roared. Mito had drove the Rasengan into the ground, shattering it and letting Akumu escape. You ruined our operation, Ino exclaimed, fuming. Never fear, Mito is here. I'm here to finish the job. Mito yelled triumphantly. Unfortunately, Mito had just called the whole organization in. Good job, Mito. Kushina screeched. Shut your traps. Naruto said, I'll have to do this. Sasuke. Everyone else stand back. Let's do this, brother. Sasuke said, as the whole group but Mito and Kushina jumped back. Sage Art. Ultimate Sword Attack. Naruto and Sasuke shouted, as their Susanos manifested and their eyes transformed into EMSs. I needed that Sharingan, Mito yelled, as she lunged in front of Naruto. Unfortunately, the hit had been landed and Mito had been hurt badly. Just kidding, that sounds like music to your ears, doesn't it? The whole organization had been destroyed. Now what did you do to my little Mito? Kushina yelled. You must give her Sharingan as a punishment for that. It's her problem she jumped in front of my attack. I cannot be blamed for it. Naruto said, no you should have stopped. Kushina said, if I had stopped, the enemies would have retaliated and still harmed Mito. Naruto said, better finish the mission and have the same outcome than have the same outcome and have a chance of failure. No, Kushina roared. Meanwhile, the other genin were amazed at Sasuke and Naruto. Naruto-kun is so cool. Ino thought. Sasuke is even cooler. Sakura thought. Whoa. Shikamaru thought. Lady Kushina-sama, I am trying my best to stay calm. If I am not calm, you would be dead over here. Naruto said, releasing a huge amount of killer intent at Kushina and Mito only. How dare you hurt my little Mito and threaten us? Kushina said, flinching at the killer intent. In a second, Naruto had his kunai at Kushina's neck. Trust me, you do not want to mess with me. Naruto said, Konohagakure, week later I would like to recommend Mito Uzumaki Namikaze and Sasuke Uchiha for the Chunin exams. Kushina reported, all of the Junin here know about the abilities and capabilities of Sakura Haruno and Naruto Uchiha, yet you choose to only recommend those two? Asuma voiced, you are clearly showing favoritism for your daughter. Kurenai said, how unyouthful of you. Guy announced, shut up. Minato shouted, she is right, how unyouthful of you. Hokage-sama. Guy said again, I have a suggestion. Asuma said, how about let Mito have her own team with genin of her choice from the academy? They will be under Kushina. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura will remain under Kakashi. No, Mito said she wanted to be with her Sasuke. Kushina said, then instantly covered her mouth. Lady Kushina, Hokage-sama, you are unworthy of our respect. Kurenai said, come on, Asuma, Guy, let's go do a training with our teams and team except for Mito tomorrow. Such a youthful idea, I shall inform my team immediately. Guy exclaimed, no, you will not be allowed access to any training grounds in Konoha. Minato said, we can just go to the Hyuga or Uchiha clan compounds. They don't support you for sure. Asuma said, Danzo's place is okay too. Kurenai added. Minato growled but finally gave in. You can go. Just include Mito. Okay, Guy said. Let's just leave her by herself at training ground, the Junin thought, smiling. Namikaze Estate. The family sat down at their table, talking about their day. Little did the other members of the family know, Menma's lust for someone to train with was increasing quickly in Kushina, Minato, and Mito's hate for Naruto was igniting as fast as Minato could flash using his Hiragen. Team, and sat on the tree stump sitting at the corner of the training ground. All right, young genin, we shall commence this youthful training. Guy announced triumphantly. Mito has formed her own unyouthful team. Good, finally the brat's out of the way. Naruto said, smiling. Menma decided to join her. Kurenai said, anyways, we'll be doing spars and training stations together. Heya, missed me? Kakashi asked, as he appeared in a puff of smoke. Kakashi will be doing lightning release, earth release, and water release. I'll be doing wind release and fire release. Guy will be doing taijutsu, and Kurenai will do genjutsu. We'll be doing spars supervised by Neji, Naruto, and Sasuke later. They'll also be training you. Asuma said, why are Naruto, Sasuke, and Neji teaching us instead of doing it with us. Tenten realized. Know who the prodigy Anbu team Beast and Bird, Hawk, and Fox? Sasuke asked. The young genin nodded. We're them. Naruto said. I'm Fox, Neji's Bird, and Sasuke's Hawk. The genin gasped. We're also looking for members. If you perform well, after a little training, we'll recommend you to Anbu. Neji said coolly. Then let's do our best. Ganbare, Guy said. The flames of youth burn brightly in those Anbu. Each of the genin drove themselves to their limits, learning new ninjutsu. Naruto taught them how to integrate taijutsu, genjutsu, and ninjutsu to their own fighting styles to strengthen them further. Soon, it was time for the spars. Let's see what happens. We're looking for a support type and a Kekkei Genkai type. Naruto thought. Shikamaru faced off against Kiba, and Shikamaru used his shadows to evade Kiba's fire jutsu and taijutsu attacks. Shikamaru used his water and earth jutsu to easily put out Kiba's flames and knock Akamaru out. Next, Kiba struck using his kunai and taijutsu, as he was running out of chakra, and Shikamaru easily finished him off with a water release, Water Dragon. Ino faced Sakura, the two girls battling each other with raw taijutsu and weapons. Ino and Sakura battled each other using similar jutsu, such as Water Dragon against Fire Dragon, but Ino won with a Mind Scramble Jutsu, a new jutsu she had developed under Naruto. Ino's new technique was a better application of the Mind Destruction Jutsu, with it temporarily paralyzing the enemy for easier attacks and adding genjutsu into the technique. Shoji fought off Hinata. Shoji used his expansion jutsu, but Hinata used the vacuum palm to attack his chakra point, taking out Shoji. Tenten battled Shino, and Shino easily evaded the attacks, blocking the flying objects. When Tenten summoned a pair of nunchaku, Shino placed a bug onto the second handle. Tenten's chakra dwindled down to. Lee, finally, had a taijutsu showdown with Guy, as there weren't enough people. Lee had also stayed at the taijutsu station for the whole day, being unable to use chakra. Lee and Guy fought, exchanging punches and kicks. Lee and Guy both used Osakujaku, with Lee losing even though he fought well. We've decided, Naruto said. We're taking. You are taking what, demon? Mito said, storming over with her teammates, Menma and Mi Haruno. The Hokage and her wife followed behind team, also known as the Brat Squad. You are to give Mito's team every Kekkei Genkai you have, and train them to become better than you. After all, they have to save the world. Minato roared. Never. Everyone said, knowing Mi and Mito's reputation for being spoiled, lame brats. You must. Minato roared. Anbu leapt out, ready to gouge out the dojutsu and Kekkei Genkai, as well as keep hostages. Wind release. Great breakthrough. Naruto yelled, as he fired a huge burst of wind at the enemies. Fire release. Great fireball. The Anbu said. Susanoo. Naruto shouted, as his orange warrior armor appeared. Naruto infused Kyuubi chakra and Amaterasu into the armor. I must have this power. Mito said. The demon shouldn't have it. I should be the one with this power. Yes, Mito is the child of the prophecy. She should have received the gifts, not you, demon. Minato said. Leave us alone. Naruto's skeletal armor said, threatening the Hokage. Think twice before threatening the Hokage. Minato yelled. Rasengan. Ultimate Rasen Shuriken. Naruto said, as he formed a Rasen Shuriken and fused in Amaterasu and all the nature transformation chakra, as well as the tailed beast chakra and the celestial Otsutsuki chakra. Naruto easily plunged the Rasen Shuriken into Minato, sending him flying backwards. Naruto dusted his hands off. Easy, Naruto said, as he prepared to hear Ishin away. Oh yeah, Lord Hokage? You suck. In my standards, you are only at B rank. Even A rank rogues could beat you easily. I perfected all of your jutsu. How dare you hurt Daddy? Mito yelled, as she fired everything she had at Naruto. Thank you, Naruto said, as the remaining Kyuubi chakra in Mito gushed through Naruto. She had used up her Kyuubi chakra. Training ground. Team, you have been recommended for the Chunin exams. Kakashi said, please sign these consent forms. The members of Kakashi's four-man cell quickly scratched their name onto the paper and handed it to Kakashi. Here, thank you, Kakashi said. Kakashi shunshined away, the forms in hand. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go have a lunch and train. Naruto said, to Ichiraku Ramen, seriously. Streets of Konoha. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura walked through the streets of Konoha, the villagers shooting dirty glares at the so-called demon and monster fox. Naruto didn't care. He didn't want some petty villagers ruining his day. Naruto twisted his head back. He had heard footsteps. Konohamaru, square rocks don't exist. Naruto said, you got me, boss. These are the members of the Konohamaru Ninja Corps. The Hokage's grandson, Konohamaru said, I'm Udon, the study nerd of the Konohamaru Ninja Corps. A boy with glasses and a runny nose said, I'm Moegi, the sexy and single kunoichi. A girl with pigtails said, play ninja with us, Naruto boss. Konohamaru said, I have things I need to do, how about later? Naruto said. Konohamaru ran to play. Suddenly, a hand grabbed Konohamaru. Watch where you're going, kid. The boy, Kankuro, said. Tamari, I'm going to school him, Jan. Kankuro. The girl with blonde hair, now identified as Tamari, said. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Naruto said, as he flashed to Konohamaru. He's the Sandaime Hokage's grandson. It would not benefit any village if you started a war. Kankuro. Bloodlust radiated from a short boy with red hair. You are a disgrace to our village. Gaara. Kankuro gulped, as he dropped Konohamaru. Mother is afraid of you, but wants your blood. Mother thinks that you have a mother. Gaara said, what is your name? Naruto Uzumaki. Yeah, I have Kurama in here. I see you have Shukaku? Naruto said, pointing to his chest. Gaara nodded, then replied. I am Sabaku no Gaara, or Gaara of the Sand. Mother wants your blood. Sure, nice to meet you, Naruto said. Kankuro. Tamari. Gaara called. The Sanagakure ninja gulped as they followed their younger brother away. Who were they? Konohamaru asked. They were Sanagakure ninja here for the Chunin exams. Naruto explained. Why don't you go practice with Moegi and Udon? Oh, I wanted to play with you. Konohamaru said. Fine, boss. Meanwhile, I better go train. Naruto said as he shunshined away. Bye, boss. Konohamaru said, as he went to train with Moegi and Udon. What's this? Konohamaru picked up a scroll. Fire release. Flame wave. Boss gave me a jutsu. Hooray! With Yondaime Hokage. Minato sat in his seat, accompanied by Mito, Menma, and Kushina. We want power to defeat that demon. Mito barked. Yeah, Menma muttered. Calm down, we'll try to get a Byakugan or Sharingan from some random Konoha ninja. Minato said. Minato, you can't. They'll know it's you and they'll start a coup. Kushina pleaded, not wanting to deal with a war between the loyal forces and of the most prominent clans of Konoha and almost all the clans. Oh, please mom, Mito whined, sounding like a brat. No, we can't risk it, Minato. Kushina said. Really? We just wear Kumogakure headbands, and voila. We give Mito and Menma their dojutsu. Minato said. Kushina shaked her head. No, we'll be starting a war with Kumo, and they have perfect Jinchuriki and very strong forces. Dad is so much stronger than that stupid Raikage. Mito said. Minato smirked cruelly. Well, I kinda get why Naruto hates you now. Kushina said, as she trudged out of the room. Don't you dare mention that demon's name in front of us. Menma snarled. Mom already left. We have to go do it soon. Mito said. I really want a dojutsu so I can kill the demon. Now, Mito, we can't do that until the annual fox hunts that Uncle Homura and Auntie Kaharu. And the old hags on the council, aloud. Minato said. Ah, Menma said. Sorry, I want to allow it but he's too well protected, backed up by the Akamichi, Nara, Yamanaka, Inuzuka, Hyuga, Uchiha, Aburame, Sarutobi, Senju, and Shimura clans. We don't want the other clans fighting us. Even though we're definitely the best. Minato said. But we can go get your dojutsu. Yay. Mito cheered. Unbeknownst to them, one Naruto Uzumaki had recorded the conversation, ready to turn in the Yondaime as guilty. But the mission came first, and it was time for the Chunin exams. Chunin exams begin, equals. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura walked past room Izumo and Katetsu were guarding a fake room, and from the looks of it, Team Mito was stuck there. Let them weed out the weaklings. Sasuke whispered, then the shunshined up. In room, many genin sat at tables, ready for the exam. That silver-haired boy, he looks suspicious, Naruto thought, as he glanced at a Konoha genin. Let's go for an approach. Hey, what's your name, Datbeo? Naruto said, as he ran over, waving at the genin. I'm Yakushi Kabuto, hello. Want some information using my ninja info cards? The boy said, I want Uchiha Sasuke. I'd better get some information. Kabuto thought, this is too easy. Naruto thought, sure. Naruto said, I'm Naruto Uchiha. Can we check Hyuga Neji and Gaara of the Sand? Thanks. Datbeo you got the names? No fun. Kabuto said, but I guess we can check it anyways. Hyuga Neji, teamed with Rock Lee and Tenten under Might Guy. His stats and missions are unknown. Cool, Datbeo. Naruto exclaimed. How about Gaara? He is teamed with Kankuro and Tamari under Baki. He is the Yondaime Kasuke's son, and the Jinchuriki of Shukaku. Wow, he's completed a B-ranked mission as a genin. Kabuto said, his stats are unknown. Definitely a spy. He shouldn't know this stuff. Probably for another evil boss or something. Naruto thought. Cool. Naruto said, oh yeah, shouldn't the proctor be here soon? Just then, a tall man wearing a headband entered the room. The torture and interrogation member had a black cloak. Welcome to the Chunin exams, where you have a chance to become Chunin, or Journeyman Ninja. The man said, I'm Morino Ibiki, the proctor of your first exam. You will have a test, on paper. Cheating is not allowed. Ibiki says all that he says in the anime, blah blah blah, begin. Naruto smiled. This would be a piece of cake. Sharingan, Genjutsu. Sharingan, Naruto thought, as he activated his Sharingan and cloaked it with a Genjutsu. This'll be easy. Minutes later, Ibiki smiled. It was time for the TH question. If you take this question and fail, you will remain genin forever. Do you want to take this question? Ibiki asked. Genin slowly walked out of the room until teams remained. Will you take the question? Ibiki asked. All the teams nodded. Very well. You pass. Hokage's office. Minato growled. Mito, Mi, and Menma had failed. This was outrageous. They needed to become Chunin. Calm down, Minato. Minato said. Mito and Menma huffed. Kushina was upset. Daddy, we have to be Chunin and the best. Mito whined. I know. I will let them into the third stage, making them skip the danger of the second stage. Then even if they lose they shall be Chunin. Minato said. Aha, perfect. Yay. Mito and Menma screamed, as Kushina covered her ears. I'm kind of getting disgusted at how we spoil Mito and Menma. Kushina said. Mommy, aren't we angels? Mito said. No you are not. You can't even see through a D-rank Genjutsu? Seriously? Kushina said. Now, Kushina, they are angels, and it was because that demon brat Naruto made it so they would lose. Minato said. No he didn't, he even accepted your mission even if he hated it, Ebane. Kushina said. You guys disgust me. I'll go apologize to Naruto. Leave me alone. And, you can train Mi, Mito, and Menma by yourself, Minato. Databane. But, Kushina, Minato pleaded, but the redhead didn't listen, and instead stormed off out of the office. I'll train you, Mito and Menma. By the time it's done, you'll be beating the demon brat. Ha ha ha. Yay daddy. Ha ha ha. Mito cackled. Yay. Menma said. Daddy said he'll train us. I can train with Mito and Mi. Good. We'll get started tomorrow. Minato said. No daddy, we want to start today. Mito said. Pleasey. Fine. Minato said. I guess we can start today. Let's learn the Flying Thunder God Jutsu. Yay. The brats screamed, breaking the eardrums of anyone nearby. At the Uchiha compound, Naruto meditated. Naruto. Kushina wants to see you. Makoto said. Fine. Naruto replied, as he got up and put on a jacket. When Naruto saw the sadness in Kushina's eyes, he realized that something was up. I'm sorry, Naruto, Kushina said, as she ran over and embraced her son. Naruto stood in Kushina's arms. I need some time before I can decide. Naruto said, for now, I need a break. Okay. Kushina said, I'm truly sorry. The red-headed Uzumaki walked out of the compound. Sighing, Naruto slumped onto the sofa. What will I do? He thought, as he pondered about Kushina, Kabuto, and Konoha. Forest of Death, day later. All the remaining genin stood at the doors of training ground, or the Forest of Death. The proctor, Mitarashi Anko, stood at the front, waiting for participants to arrive. Welcome to the second stage, Anko exclaimed as the final genin filed inside. You will be surviving in the forest, and you must claim an Earth Scroll and an Heaven Scroll. You will start with one scroll. You must reach the tower with both scrolls to pass. Everyone will have to sign the consent forms, and you will be assigned a gate to enter. Naruto smiled. This would be another easy task. He yawned. Hey, genin, why are you doing that? Anko asked, as she fired a kunai at Naruto. Naruto held the kunai between his index and middle finger and twirled it around, then threw it back at Anko. Rocketing towards Anko, the kunai gleamed. Anko quickly dodged the kunai and placed it back in her pouch. You're good, Anko said, grinning. Anyways, let's begin the exam. Inside the Forest of Death, minutes later. Naruto walked across the forest full of trees. He had easily obtained a scroll from an enemy team earlier on, and Sasuke and Sakura were heading towards the tower. I have to catch up, Naruto thought, as he shunshined ahead. Meanwhile, Sasuke and Sakura ran forward, leaping from tree to tree. Naruto'll catch up, Sasuke said. For now, we have to go. Leaves rustled nearby as a Kusagakure ninja jumped upwards and attacked Sasuke. Wind release. Wind explosion. Sasuke roared, as he blew forward explosive tags and wind. The Kusagakure ninja quickly dodged and returned a water blast, as he quickly summoned a snake. Kabuto, Sasuke said. Sakura, get back, I can handle this. Sakura quickly ran backwards as Sasuke continued battling. Amaterasu, Sasuke called, as he directed black flames at Kabuto, who had removed his face. Haha, I see that you have seen through my disguise. Kabuto said, I want your Mangekyo. Because Orochimaru trained Sasuke and Naruto, Kabuto is the bad guy. I just realized that I miswrote the earlier chapters, with Orochimaru errors, but I fixed it. Never, Sasuke replied. Ultimate fire release. Dragon flame. The Uchiha fired barrages of fire jutsu at Kabuto, who dodged most of the attacks. You're good. Too bad I stole too many Kekkei Genkai. Kabuto said. Blaze release. Fire plus lightning release, fireball Gatling. Kabuto fired multiple scorching fireballs at Sasuke, who quickly responded with a water release, rapid waves. Sasuke had easily put out the fireballs. Senjutsu. Lightning release, lightning current. Kabuto exclaimed, as he quickly used snake clones to enter Sage mode. Sage art. Susanoo sword. Sasuke roared, as his miniature Susanoo sliced down on Kabuto. Kukuku, perfect vessel. Kabuto said, I'll have to come back later. Earth release. Hiding like a mole. Kabuto shrunk into the ground, as Naruto returned. Yakushi fought you? Naruto asked. Sasuke nodded. We need to alert Dad and the clan heads, as Hokage-sama is too ignorant. Yeah, Naruto said. Let's go. Team darted into the woods as they prepared to advance in the Chunin exams. At the edge of the forest, a dark figure emerged. The snake has done well. The Kyuubi Jinchuriki is the reincarnation of Hagoromo and Hamura, I take it? The creature said. Toby and I will need to work harder. I must recreate Mother. The creature shrunk back into the ground as he snarled. Meeting room, hours later. So you say Yakushi Kabuto is a traitor? Fugaku said as the clan heads gathered in the meeting room. Yes, Naruto said. He attacked Sasuke in hopes of claiming him as a vessel. That was what I wanted before. Orochimaru said. My evil ways have disappeared. It appears that my former partner in Enbu has turned evil and adopted my former evil thinking. This is bad, Jiraiya said. And he has the ability to steal Kekkei Genkai? Sasuke nodded. We must neutralize this threat immediately. But Hokage-sama is too ignorant, so we'll have to do it ourselves. Shikaku said sadly. Agreed, Hiashi said. We must do something. Unknown place. In a secret room, the creature talked to Kabuto. No, I'm not interested. Kabuto said. They know? Never mind, but I'm interested in you. Kabuto placed his hand on the creature as he absorbed half of the creature's chakra. This chakra is amazing. Ha 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 ha. Kabuto cackled as he melted into the ground. Soon, genin gathered inside the tower, having passed the second stage. The Yondaime Hokage, Minato Namikaze, stood in the arena with his two former teammates and bodyguards, Shibuya Akamichi and Hihari Uha. Welcome to the Konoha Chunin exams, where genin proved their strength. Minato announced. Now, amazing ninja were stopped from entering the first stage by other genin, who I have a gut feeling about. They will be joining us in the finals. Light jeering could be heard from the ninja and genin, but it died down. Anyway, we need to have a preliminary stage because we have too many competitors. The one-on-one matches are randomly selected. You may forfeit, as from this stage on, you'll be on your own. At this point, Kabuto Yakushi raised his hand. I wish to forfeit, Kabuto said. Very well, Yakushi Kabuto. You may go now, Minato said. Everyone else, please go onto the stands. The genin walked up the stairs into the small-sized stands, ready to observe the battles. First match. Uchiha Sasuke against Akado Yoroi. Please come down to the stadium, Minato said, as his guards shunshined up. Sasuke leapt down as Yoroi entered the fighting area. Yoroi and Sasuke jumped back, ready to fight. Kumo, Spider, Sama wants your Sharingan. Yoroi trailed off, as he prepared to fight Sasuke. Fire release. Phoenix flower. Sasuke exclaimed, as he fired multiple fireballs from his mouth. Chakra absorption. Yoroi charged in, dodging the fireballs, his hands glowing blue with chakra. Sasuke dodged Yoroi's jabs, then smiled. I'm having fun toying with you, he whispered into Yoroi's ear, as he backflipped behind Yoroi. Nintaijutsu. Dragon shot. Sasuke coated his fists with chakra as he punched Yoroi twice, chakra dragons flying out and swirling around Yoroi before returning and attacking the Konoha traitor. Uchiha Sasuke wins, Minato said. Akado Yoroi is knocked out. The next match will be. Names flickered on the green-colored screen as the spinning wheel slowed down. An Otogakure ninja, under the command of Kabuto, the Otokage, grinned. Abumi Zaku against Aburame Shino. Please step down onto the field, Minato announced, as the ninja prepared to battle. This is going to be easy. The Oto Nin, Zaku, said, grinning wildly. For Kabuto-sama's sake. The battle began, and the genin started to battle. Shino sent out his bugs, but Zaku started blowing them away. Shino's bugs went wave after wave, until Zaku rushed in, preparing a punch. Shiny. Die, Zaku screamed, as he prepared a sound-wave-amplified strike. Shino quickly sidestepped, and Zaku's smile faltered. His arm was blown off. Shino had won. Winner. Aburame Shino, Minato said, as the next match started. Next, we have Sabaku Kankuro versus Tsurugi Masumi. Masumi started to twist his body around Kankuro, squeezing his neck. Suddenly, the bandages broke open, revealing Kankuro. The Kankuro Masumi had attacked skin peeled off, revealing wood. You've fallen into my trap, Kankuro said, as he unsealed another puppet. Black secret technique. Snare dance. The other puppet fired out traps at Masumi as knives emerged from the fake Kankuro. Masumi quickly was stabbed and captured, as Kankuro smiled. An easy win for me in a new toy, Kankuro said, as he sealed Masumi's body inside a scroll. Kankuro makes human puppets and is a lot more sadistic. The winner is Kankuro. The next match will be Yamanaka Ino against Haruno Sakura. Minato spit Sakura's name with venom, before Sakura raised her hand. I would like to forfeit. I don't want to fight Ino, she said. I would also like to forfeit, Ino said. Minato smirked. Very well. Double knockout. Next we have Sabaku Tamari against Tenten of Konoha. Twin rising dragons, Tenten said, as she unsealed multiple weapons. Wind release. Great breakthrough. The wind increased the speed of the weapons, but Tamari smiled. You're dead. You never stood a chance, Tamari said, as she opened up her fan. Tamari's winds were stronger, and blew the weapons back. Tamari was right. Tenten never stood a chance. Winner. Tamari. Next match. Nara Shikamaru against Akamichi Choji. Minato said. Choji said. I don't want to fight my friend. You want to forfeit? Minato asked, an evil grin forming on his face. Plus. Choji nodded. Okay, Nara Shikamaru wins. Minato said. The next competitors please step into the stadium. Naruto smiled. Kiba patted Akamaru. A fierce battle was about to begin. The battle began, as Kiba activated his all-fours jutsu. I'll crush you, Kiba said arrogantly, as Akamaru growled at the blonde. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Naruto said. Fire release. Flame Phoenix Shuriken. A fiery shuriken formed on Naruto's palm as Akamaru transformed into a clone of Kiba. Naruto hurled the shuriken at Kiba, who smelled the burning smell of the chakra sphere and quickly weaved hand seals. Water release. Water bullet. Kiba and Akamaru exclaimed, as they both shot out water, hoping to extinguish Naruto's attack. It didn't work. Kiba and Akamaru quickly stepped out of the way, as the shuriken suddenly swerved over to the Inuzuka and his ninken. Chakra string, Naruto said, as his fingers moved swiftly. How is this boy so skilled? The other genin not from Konoha thought. We'll have to attack, Akamaru. Kiba exclaimed. Fang over fang. The ninken and his owner rotated their bodies at high speeds, drilling into the ground and attacking Naruto, who stepped out of the way at high speeds. How can he dodge? Kiba wondered, as he continued attacking. This doesn't work. Move back, Akamaru. Kiba quickly swallowed a soldier pill and tossed one to Akamaru, as their chakra levels increased rapidly. Naruto smirked. Finally getting serious, aren't you? Kiba growled, as he prepared his strongest jutsu. Combination transformation. Two-headed wolf. Akamaru and Kiba merged into a huge white wolf with sharp claws and two sets of fangs. I was wondering when I would see that jutsu. Naruto said. Time for a new jutsu. Wind release. Wind barrier. A wall of wind formed in front of Naruto. That won't work. Wolf fang over fang. Kiba shouted, as the wolf spun rapidly, breaking the barrier. Gotta say, I'm impressed. But that's not enough. Naruto said, dodging and clapping his hands. We've gotta attack again, Kiba said, as he struck Naruto again. Earth release. Rock hard arm. Naruto solidified his arm, blocking another strike. Well, this is fun. Time to go again. Wind release. Super wind explosion. A burst of wind propelled a few Fuinjutsu tags towards Kiba, as Naruto weaved the seal of confrontation. Release. The Fuinjutsu tags unsealed, as more wind and explosive tags gushed out. The extra wind increased the speed of the attack. As the explosive tags collided with Kiba, the wind pushed the Inuzuka back. Then the tags exploded. Winner. Naruto Uchiha. Minato spat. The next showdown will be between Hyuga Neji and Sabaku Gaara. How does the Naruto boy know an A- rank jutsu? The Jonin wondered. Gaara's sand swirled around the Sanagakure genin, making a platform to transport him down. Neji prepared to fight. Byakugan. Mother wants your blood. Sand coffin. Gaara said monotonously. Tiny specks of sand traveled towards Neji, who smiled. Wind release. Great breakthrough. Neji said, as he exhaled a huge burst of wind, sending the sand flying away. Mother, what shall I do? Gaara asked. Kill him, Gaara. Shukaku boomed. Yes, mother. Gaara replied. Neji prepared to fight. Sand shuriken. Gaara said, as he shaped his sand into sharp shuriken and fired it at Neji. I can't get hit as he can manipulate sand if it's on me, but I don't have enough time to dodge. Neji thought. Palm rotation. Neji shouted as he spun around, creating a tightly knit chakra net without holes, blocking Gaara's shuriken. Chakra dragon. The chakra that Neji had released formed twin dragons under the Hyuga's control. His seal is faulty. Get the dragons to fix the seal. Naruto's voice buzzed in Neji's ears. The Hyuga nodded. The dragons swooped in towards Gaara, too fast for his sand to react, as Neji started weaving hand seals. Ushi, Tatsu, Tori, Tatsu, Hitsuji, Tatsu, Ne, I, You, Tatsu, Hitsuji. Neji said, as the dragons circled Gaara and attached themselves onto Gaara's stomach. The dragons churned, as the seal finally repaired itself. Let's finish this. 8 trigrams 64 palms. Neji ran in, then started targeting Gaara's tenketsu. 1 palm, 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 64 palms. Gaara fell to the ground as Neji sighed. The seal is fixed, Neji thought. The winner is Hyuga Neji. Minato announced. How? Kankuro and Tamari thought. How are they so good? Gaara was touched. Meanwhile, in one Yondaimi's mind, dirty things were happening. His eyes are perfect for my little angels. Minato thought. The next match will be Hyuga Hinata against Rock Lee. Minato announced. Yosh. The flames of youth burn brightly. I hope that I will have a youthful match. Lee said enthusiastically, or youthfully in his opinion. Hinata blushed, then prepared for battle. Begin. Lee dashed around, launching hits on Hinata. The Hyuga heiress attacked Lee with her Jayuken, but Lee dodged most of the attacks. This is not a very youthful fight. Let me make it youthful. Lee exclaimed, as he started to attack harder. I won't give you up, Hinata said, as she attacked faster. Youthful, Lee shouted, as he attacked again. Konoha Senpu, Leaf Whirlwind. Lee kicked Hinata up, then prepared another attack. Uig, Hinata said, as she pushed on. Lee brought his foot down onto Hinata, as Hinata fell to the floor. Hinata tried to get up, muttering something like, I won't give up, but Lee quickly karate chopped her, stunning the Hyuga. Yosha tilde, Lee shouted. Lee, another green spandex-wearing guy, a Jonin said, rushing towards the genin. Guy-sensei, Lee exclaimed, as they hugged each other. The power of Youthhhhhhhh. Lee and Guy shouted together. The third stage will begin in a month. You will have the month to train. Draw a number, and it will decide your placing in the finals. Now, our extremely skillful and powerful ninja, Mito, Menma, and Mi, will be joining us for the finals. Minato said. Everyone silently jeered as Menma, Mito, and Mi made a trashy entrance. 1. Naruto said. 3. Kankuro said. 4. Shino said. 7. Shikamaru said. 5. Sasuke said. 10. Neji said. 8. Tamari said. 9. What a youthful number, Lee exclaimed. I'm 11, and I get a pass to the next round, haha. Die, demon, Mito screeched. I'm 6. Menma said. I'm 2. Sasuke-kun, aren't I awesome? Mi, an ugly girl said. You may leave, Minato said. Everyone left the tower. Wait, Gaara, Naruto said, as Neji and Sasuke walked over. I need to talk to you. Tilda later, with Naruto's Anbu team and Gaara tilde. Naruto lay down on the grass next to Neji, Sasuke, and Gaara. I don't get it, I can't hear Mother anymore. Gaara said. Mother is the bloodthirsty Ichibi, Shukaku. Naruto said. He isn't your mother. Also, you can sleep now. Thank you. Gaara trailed off. I don't have to kill anymore. The seal was faulty or broken, but Neji fixed it. Naruto said. Gaara's blank expression remained on his face, but he had lost the will to kill. Thanks to Neji fixing the seal, and a discussion with Naruto, Gaara had become a more normal ninja and didn't have to listen to Shukaku anymore. Gaara's mindscape Gaara, be a good boy and kill them. Shukaku boomed, ordering Gaara to kill. Shukaku, please be silent, Gaara said. Sand coffin, you can't kill me, I'm made of chakra. That idiot fox Shukaku complained. Now shut up before I have to silence you myself. Kurama said, materializing in Gaara's mindscape. Who are you? Gaara asked, frozen in fear at the Kyuubi. How are you here? I'm the Kyuubi, Naruto's demon. Kurama answered. And this idiot Tanuki just won't shut up. Father made a mistake when he made you. Shut up you fox, Shukaku shouted in anger. Naruto, he's like me? Gaara asked, shocked at the revelation that his first and newest friend, Naruto, has a Jinchuriki like Naruto. Kurama nodded. But why are you here, Kyuubi-san? Gaara asked. Because the kid wanted me to give you a visit. Kurama replied. And because I want to silence this dumb Tanuki. Kuramma. Shukaku screamed. In the grass field . Naruto giggled at the experience that Gaara was going through. Wait, till he wakes up. Naruto said. Gaara was asleep, in his mindscape, and Shukaku hadn't taken over. Kurama's gonna give him a real shock. Naruto continued. Gaara jolted up, then shouted. Naruto oh. The Konoha Anbu known as Fox ran away from his friend Gaara across the streets of Konoha, laughing along the way. Hokage's office. Minato smiled. I know how I can get Mito and Menma their Sharingan. I can take the Byakugan this month. The Sharingan plan will be after the Chunin exams though. And I know how to get the demon out of the way. Unknown location. The trash nin will serve their purpose. The good ones are back at Otogakure. I can't afford to waste them. Meanwhile, our client wants some of our test subjects without Keke Genkai in exchange for routes into Konoha. I will accept. The invasion will go as planned. Kabuto smiled. It seems that I have mastered these new powers. It'll be better now that I have control over these new abilities. Ha 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 ha. Kabuto cackled. Naruto, Neji, and Sasuke stood in the fields with Gaara, their new friend, observing. The Konoha Anbu were learning about their dojutsu, with Naruto needing to learn the abilities of the Rinnegan. After all, Naruto didn't know anything about the Rakudo Sennin's eyes, except that they were very strong. Byakugan, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, Rinnegan. The three boys with the three great dojutsu circled each other. 8 trigrams 128 palms. Neji shouted, as he moved closer to Naruto. I need an ability. I need an ability. Naruto pleaded in his mind. Naruto pushed the air and Neji was repelled. Shinra Tensai, or Almighty Push. Kurama commentated. Thanks Kurama, Naruto exclaimed. Shinra Tensai, Almighty Push. Nice, you unlocked a new ability. Sasuke said, smirking. Yeah, thanks. I just thought that I needed an ability, and it came. The Kyuubi told me the name of the jutsu. Naruto said, cool. Sasuke said, that was a great move. Neji said, try out your Byakugan. Naruto quickly switched his eyes. Byakugan, I want to practice palm rotation. Okay, Neji said, spin quickly, then emit chakra from all your tenketsu. Alright, Naruto said, throw some kunai. Palm rotation. Before the kunai hit Naruto, huge amounts of chakra burst out from Naruto's tenketsu, repelling the kunai easily. I did it, Naruto smiled. Then the Uchiha was plunged into his mindscape. Naruto's mindscape. Naruto blinked, looking around. Hagoromo, Hamura, Indra, Asura, Kurama, Madara, and Hashirama stood over him. Everyone was silent until Hagoromo spoke. I see that you have unlocked an ability of the Rinnegan. And I see that you have learned palm rotation. Hamura added, yes, I have. Naruto replied politely. We are here to talk to you about your abilities. Indra said, you haven't really been using Mokuton, would release. Hashirama said, how long do you have to train? A month. Naruto said, good, that's more than enough time. We're going to be training you. Here, Hagoromo said, we shall begin at noon. Naruto snapped out of his daze, back in the plane. Guys, Naruto said, I think the Rakudo Sennin and his family have offered to train me. Wow, Gaara gasped. Oh my goodness. Sasuke said, fate is in your favor. Neji joked. He wasn't a fate-obsessed bastard anymore, but he liked to be sarcastic about it. I need to start at noon. Let's go grab some Ichiraku before we train. I need to stock up on Ichiraku Cup Ramen and Ichiraku Ramen before I go on a 1-month training trip. Naruto said, yeah, you can't train on an empty stomach. Sasuke said. The boys laughed as they walked towards Ichiraku. Hokage's office. Mito, Menma, prepare to get your Byakugan. We'll be getting it for you today, just before noon. Minato said. His demonic personalities. Children who posed as angels cackled. Thank you daddy, Mito said evilly. Roads of Konoha, AM. Neji, Sasuke, Gaara, and Naruto walked towards the Uchiha clan compound. They passed Kushina, who wasn't at the Hokage office with Mito, Menma, and Minato. Kushina looked sad. I think she's actually sorry. Naruto whispered, and Sasuke nodded. Anyways, let's go. Time to start my training. Flash. Naruto instantly turned around. Hyuga Neji. By order of the Hokage, hand over your Byakugan. Minato said. Never. Neji said, activating his Byakugan. I know that you had the caged bird seal removed. Minato said. I didn't. Neji lied, as he motioned to Naruto. Neji lifted up his hair, to reveal a fake bird seal created by Naruto. He didn't actually have the seal anymore after Hiyashi told him the truth, but he couldn't let this evil Hokage obtain the Byakugan. It was for this reason that the caged bird seal was created. Then I shall get it. Minato roared as he dove forwards, trying to get Neji's eyes. A wall of sand rose up, blocking the disgrace to the Hokage name. Don't hurt my friends, Gaara said, or I'll kill you. Never. My little angels need their Byakugan. Minato roared. Naruto's eyes flashed purple as he activated his Rinnegan. Shinra Tensei. Naruto quickly repelled the Hokage, as the group quickly used Naruto's perfected version of the Hiraishin to travel to the Uchiha clan compound. Stadium, month later. Welcome to the final stage of the Chunin exams. We will be starting in a minute. In the meantime, let's get this party started with announcing the matchups. Here are the matches. Uchiha Naruto vs Haruno Mi. Namikaze Mito vs winner of match. Sabaku Kankuro vs Aburame Shino. Uchiha Sasuke vs Namikaze Menma. Nara Shikamaru vs Sabaku Tamari. Hyuga Neji vs Rock Lee. A Jonin announced. Welcome to the Konoha Chunin exams. Minato said. Now, outstanding ninja have been left out, so I have added them back to the exams. Anyway, let's start with the demon civilians cheer, ninja jeer against the amazing Mi Haruno. Minato walked backwards, as the ninja walked into the arena. Naruto smirked. You're going down. No way. I'm going to beat you and Sasuke-kun is going to be mine. Mi screeched. Really? Good luck with that, Naruto taunted. Mi growled, then started weaving hand seals. Shadow Shuriken. Bye. Naruto laughed, then waved. Chakra Dragon. The dragons flew towards Mi, quickly sapping her little to no chakra. Winner. Uchiha Naruto. Minato growled. Namikaze Mito will battle Uchiha Naruto next. My little angel Mito, please enter the stadium. Of course daddy, Mito said, faking her manners. The civilians applauded for Mito and jeered for Naruto, while most of the ninja cheered for Naruto and booed for Mito. Demon, I'll crush you like dust. Mito sneered. Huh, as if. You couldn't even see through a D-rank genjutsu, that's pathetic. Naruto said, and you're the Hokage's student and daughter. No, I didn't. I saw through it. You drugged me. Mito lied. The shinobi instantly saw through Mito's ruse, but the civilians didn't. How dare that demon drug Mito-sama? The idiot civilians said, kill the demon. Let's go Mito-sama. Mito smirked, then weaved hand seals. Rasengan. A Rasengan with hand seals? Pathetic. Preta Path. Naruto activated his dojutsu and absorbed the Rasengan. Thanks for the extra chakra though. Naruto's eyes were different. The Otsutsukis had merged his Byakugan, Rinnegan, and Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan into an Byaku Rinne Sharingan. Now, let's do this. Wood release. Wood Dragon. Naruto said. Impossible. That's the Shodem's jutsu. The ninja gasped. That power is mine. I'm the child of the prophecy. It should be mine, mine, mine. Mito screeched. Never. The Rakudo Sennin talked to me. He said I was chosen. Naruto said. In fact, I was training with a bunch of celestial ninja and the Shodem as well as Madara last month. That should be me. Mito screamed from the ground. The civilians were chanting, it should be Mito-sama, and, die demon, while the ninja rolled their eyes. Those civilians were real trash. Let's do this. Wind release. Ruins, Naruto said, as he released a huge burst of wind, sending Mito flying. It's time to toy with this spoiled brat. Unknown location inside Konoha. Ah, I see that the match has started. Kabuto said. Crystal clone. I need to begin my mission. The client must be ready. The client is ready, sir. The only powerful agent in Konoha at this time said. He is ready to go anytime. Good, Kabuto said. I do not care if he is secure. But the Sannin will prove to be problems. Get ready to send the signal. Yes, Kumo-sama, the Otto Nin said. Back at the stadium. Naruto continued torturing Mito with jutsu as Mito wailed, tears dripping down her ugly face. Stop, demon, she said. Never. This is what you did to me. Naruto said. I really need to end this. Naruto thought. And I need to start Project Senpu after the exams. I won't have enough chakra to reach the agent. Minato was growling, but after someone fired a kunai into the air, he smiled. It's time to end this. Naruto shouted. Asura path. Naruto's hands transformed into drills as he started to drive it towards Mito. Yes, Naruto is sadistic. Then the flying kunai exploded and Naruto jumped away. Minato hirationed all the civilians and ninja that only were loyal to him into a safe house, as he left the other ninja out. Then the invasion of Otto began. The Otto nin started attacking. Where is Hokage-sama? The ninja fought, as they engaged in battle. Naruto, Gaara, Sasuke, and Neji prepared to fight, as herds of Otogakure ninja fell. Attack. The ninja fought valiantly, as many Otogakure shinobi fell. I'll go help the Kazekage. Gaara, Neji, stay there and continue fighting. Naruto ordered. Yes. Gaara replied as they started fighting the enemies. Naruto and Sasuke darted away, attacking the enemies as they made their way towards Rasa, the Yondaime Kazekage. Secret warehouse. Daddy, what happened? Mito screeched, asking her arrogant father about the Konoha invasion. I signed a contract with a fake Konoha genin that he would give me his test subjects in exchange for passage into the village, so he could plan this invasion. Minato said. That was a great idea, Daddy. Menma exclaimed. I know, right? I was also hoping the demon will die in the invasion. Minato snarled. Die demon. Die demon. Mito started chanting. Die demon. Die demon. The crowds of shinobi loyal to the evil Hokage Minato Namikaze and civilians joined in. With Kabuto. I can feel the invasion halting. I need to hurry, Kabuto thought, as he absorbed a copy of Kurama clan chakra. Kabuto quickly killed the member of the famous Genjutsu clan as he ran along the streets of the hidden village being invaded, Konohagakure no Sato. Going somewhere, Yakushi Kabuto? Orochimaru hissed, as Tsunade and Jiraiya prepared to fight. Oh, I have retrieved one of my targets. I need to get a few more before I leave. Kabuto replied. I guess I could come back later. Edo Tensai, Orochimaru announced, as he summoned 2 coffins with the kanji Sho, Ni, and San on the coffins. Welcome back, Hashirama-sama, Tobirama-sama, Sarutobi-sensei. Orochimaru said. I am Orochimaru, shinobi of Konoha and student of Sandaime-sama, and there is a rogue ninja here at the level of a cage. Very well, Hashirama said, as he glanced around. Good to see you again, my students. Hiruzen said. Why are you meddling in these forbidden arts? Tobirama boomed. I was once misguided, but I have fixed myself. Orochimaru said. Let's go. Jiraiya, Tsunade, the previous Hokage and the Sannin rushed forward, attacking Kabuto. Blaze release. Fireball Gatling. Kabuto roared. Water release. Water bullet. Tobirama returned, as he extinguished the fireballs. Where is the Yondaime? Tobirama asked. He is corrupt and evil, and we suspect he is involved in the invasion. Jiraiya said. Yes, that is true. Kabuto confirmed. Lava release. Lava bullets. Wood release. 1,000 trees. Hashirama quickly formed a forest, blocking the bullets. Fire release. Dragon flame. Hiruzen shouted, as he spit out multiple fire jutsu, striking Kabuto. I can't win. Kabuto realized. But I can't escape. Not yet. Let's go. Heaven spear kick. Tsunade yelled, as she leapt and delivered a strong kick to Kabuto. How is he still standing? I'm certain this can break Uchiha's Susanoo, but why not him? I possess Shikatsumiyaku, Kabuto revealed. Ah, crap, Tsunade said, as she dashed in, fighting Kabuto with taijutsu. Tsunade's grown so much, Hashirama thought, as he prepared to fight. Shadow clone, Kabuto said, as his clones battled the cage and Sannin. He's getting away. Hiruzen realized. Adamantine ceiling chains, Kushina said, as she trapped Kabuto in chains. Why are you helping them? I thought Minato told you about the invasion. Kabuto asked, trying to squirm his way out of this situation. Because he's evil, Kushina replied, as she kept holding the chains. I'll have to tell Naruto about this. Jiraiya thought. Very well, Kabuto said, as he cloned himself again. Kamawari. Kabuto used his upgraded substitution as he swapped with his clone. Bye. The evil ninja darted away, shunshining into the woods. You have done well, Saru's team. Hashirama said. Especially you, granddaughter. Thank you. The Sannin replied. I agree, Tobirama said, as the previous Hokage's souls drifted into the afterlife. The ninja smiled, as they left the area into the streets of Konoha. Hours later. The ninja smiled, as they gathered together in the Sanin's secret meeting room. The good ninja smiled, as the invasion had ended. The ninja were waiting for Naruto and their briefing to begin. Plus, Naruto smiled as he entered the room. Let's begin. The Konoha Anbu said, let's begin. The Uchiha massacre equals. Minato smiled as he handed Itachi a scroll. This is your sulfur monosulfide class mission. After this, you shall leave Konoha. Hokage-sama. But, this isn't true. This is selfish of you. Itachi exclaimed. I don't care. I'm your Hokage and you must do as I say. Minato said. Yes, Hokage-sama. Itachi replied, as he shunshined away. Mito and Menma stepped into the room. Yay, we're getting our Sharingan. The brats screamed. Uchiha clan compound. Are you sure, Itachi? Fugaku asked. Yes, Hokage-sama assigned me to this mission. Itachi said. Never mind, I have an idea. I had Jiraiya do a task for me last month. He's back and it's finished. Naruto said. You will seal the clan compound and loyal Uchihas inside this scroll. Itachi will bring them to Project Whirlpool, where you will unseal them. That's a great idea, Naruto. Itachi exclaimed. We'll need to conduct tests of loyalty, with henjas and genjutsu used as methods. Itachi can kill off the unloyal Uchihas. After that, Itachi should take their Sharingans and pass them to some of the loyal Uchihas. Naruto said, I will warn the Hyuga clan that this might happen to them and bring some shinobi over to the project. Good, Fugaku said. We'll need to gradually transport the loyal shinobi to the Konoha Alliance to Project Whirlpool. Yes, then let the tests begin. Naruto said. Testing room. You must hand over your Sharingan. Do you accept? Naruto said, hanged into Minato. Yes, the shinobi said. Itachi. Naruto called, as the shinobi was escorted into a holding cell. You must hand over your Sharingan. Do you accept? Naruto asked again. No, the shinobi said. Very well, Tsukuyomi. Naruto said. The Uchiha quickly passed the test, and Naruto smiled. Next, the long lines of Uchiha quickly passed, with most of them passing. We're ready, Fugaku told Itachi, as Itachi's mission was about to begin. Uchiha massacre. Itachi moved swiftly in the shadows, ready to kill any passing Uchiha. It was a normal day in Konoha, apart from the fact that something was about to happen to the Uchiha. Ready, Naruto spoke silently a long distance away using a jutsu, as Itachi prepared himself. Time to do this, Itachi thought, as he wrote the kanji for seal, fuin, on the scroll that Naruto had prepared. Itachi extended his hand as he sealed the compound and the people inside it into the scroll. Time to finish the disloyal Uchihas, Itachi thought, as he darted towards the Mokuton holding cell. Fire release. Fireball jutsu. Itachi said as he breathed out fire, burning the Uchihas inside the cell. Itachi slashed his Tanto, as he quickly finished off the Uchiha. Sharingan. Itachi activated his dojutsu as he took his disloyal clansmen's Sharingans. Placing the eyes in jars, the Uchiha prodigy opened his sealing scroll. He quickly sealed the jars inside as he waited for Naruto to escort some more shinobi. I'm done, Naruto reported. Me too, Sasuke added. Let's rendezvous outside the gates. Itachi said. Sure. The Anbu made their way out. Naruto and Sasuke quickly handed Itachi the scrolls with shinobi inside. Thank you, Itachi said, sealing the scroll inside a bigger scroll. Go, Naruto whispered, as Itachi shunshined away. Naruto and Sasuke started making their way back to Konoha as a vortex appeared, swirling. It was so silent that only the Byakugan could detect it. The vortex was clever, it had chosen to appear near the Byakugan's blind spot. Naruto and Sasuke continued walking until Naruto's demon fox, Kurama, picked up a chakra signature. I know you're there, Naruto said. Akatsuki, I am Tobi, a man with an orange mask said, as he emerged out of nowhere. And I am here to find Itachi. It's too late, Tobi. Naruto said. Itachi is safe and on his way to Project Whirlpool. It's not, Tobi said, as his Sharingan emerged. Kamui, I should have known, Naruto said, How did you know? Toby asked curiously. Naruto opened up a scroll containing a clay body as the Sage of Six Paths reincarnation poured out foreign chakra. Plus, hello, Obito, the clay body said. I am here to talk with you. The clay body quickly formed a man. Madara Uchiha. Madara-sensei, Toby exclaimed. How are you alive? It turned out that I am the reincarnation of Indra Otsutsuki, the Sage of Six Paths' son. The sage put me and Hashirama's souls in this boy, Uchiha Naruto's body. Madara said. Yes, Naruto said. Zetsu has been manipulating both of you in order to reincarnate Kagaya Otsutsuki, the sage's mother, using the 10 tails. I know that you are still following my teachings, Obito. Madara said. Please bring the Akatsuki to Uzushiogakure. They need more shinobi, and we can stop Kagaya from coming back. No, that is not my plan, Zetsu said, emerging from the ground. Oh ho ho, listening to mother, aren't you? It is. He's lying, Naruto said. Are you sure, Madara-sensei? Toby asked. Madara nodded. He has been manipulating me, and I didn't know it until the Sage of Six Paths inside of Naruto's mind told me. Very well, Madara-sensei. I shall see to it immediately, Toby said. No, Zetsu wailed, as he shrunk back into the ground. Madara's chakra returned to Naruto, as the Uchiha smiled. Let's go, Sasuke, Naruto said. HN. The other Uchiha nodded, as they disappeared into the night. Hokage's office, day later. The corpses don't have Sharingan and Itachi Uchiha never turned up. A Jonin said to Minato. What, my plan failed? Minato shouted. That idiot Itachi. What happened, Daddy? Mito asked. We failed, Minato said. Any other things you need to report? A lot of corpses are missing. We suspect them to be burned, though we have no proof. The Jonin said. UGHHH. Minato roared. No, we need our Sharingan, S. The real demon brats, Mito and Menma said. Yes dear, Minato said, but we only have Uchiha Naruto and Sasuke in Konoha right now, and they're too skilled for me to fight. Oh well, Daddy, if we can't get Sharingan, can we get Byakugan? Mito asked. Maybe. I'll need some time before I can execute new plans. Minato said. It's time I announce the Itachi news. Later, Konoha. Hello, citizens of Konoha. Itachi Uchiha has betrayed us and killed all of the Uchiha clan but Uchiha Sasuke and the demon brat. Minato announced. He did no such thing except for the disloyal Uchihas. The Alliance ninja thought, as Naruto had told them earlier. We will give out a capture on sight order for Itachi. Minato said. Whoever can turn over his Sharingan will get billion Ryo. The civilians gasped, and the twisted ninja helping Minato smiled. Thank you for attending. And now the Kyuubi festival will include the fox hunt and demon beatings. The festival will also contain Mito and Menma's birthday party. Minato said. I have improvised it due to the demon not getting what it deserves. Many shinobi jeered while the civilians cheered. Meanwhile, Naruto was smiling, as all was going well. Uzushiogakure. Itachi unsealed the Uchiha clan compound as the ninja settled into newly made clan compounds. Naruto had sent wood clones to rebuild the village, and it looked better than Konoha. The Fuinjutsu defenses that Naruto had made were perfect, and the village was as fortified as all the ninja villages' defenses combined and even more. This is awesome, Itachi said as he looked in awe. Suddenly, a seed dropped out of the scroll, and it quickly grew out. Naruto's wood clone, Itachi exclaimed. The Akatsuki are allowed entry. They are now our allies and they will be coming soon. But a plant guy is not allowed to come in. He was corrupting the Akatsuki until I convinced the true leader to exile him. Naruto said. Understood, Itachi replied. Also, the ninja clans each have compounds. I will be sending monthly shipments of shinobi to Uzushio, starting with some of the shinobi from Anbu and the clans. Naruto added. I'm not sending civilian-borns except for the ones that are loyal to Danzo and Root. Okay, Itachi said. I'll hang around as a seed so I can communicate with you. Naruto said. See you. The clone transformed into a seed. Picking the clone up, Itachi smiled. Project Whirlpool was a great idea. And it'll increase in due time. Itachi said. Sakura Haruno sat on her sofa. Are you sure, mother? She asked. Yes, Mebuki said. The Hokage wants you and you're going, not with the demon. Fine, Sakura said. Good. Go find Hokage-sama at noon and you'll be fine. Mebuki said. Sakura's mother hated the demon. Mebuki participated in the beatings of one Uchiha. Naruto and Kazashi ran a corrupt business that did deals with bad guys and the Hokage. Sakura sadly walked out of the room as she went to find Minato Namikaze by the order of her parents. Tilda with Minato. Tilda. Good job Fuhai Yamanaka. We need to get Yamasenko, Dark Flash, ready as soon as possible. Minato said. Yes, Hokage-sama, Fuhai said. Unlike most of the ninja, Fuhai was one of Minato's pets. We have an important job for you. Haruno Sakura, a friend of the demon and a civilian born, needs to be tampered with. Her parents have agreed to her being brainwashed so she can be a pure ninja. Minato said. Yes, Hokage-sama, Fuhai said. Good. Minato cackled. Tilda with Naruto. Tilda. I need to get the ninja for the next shipment. We're going with at least Hayate, Aoba, Genma, Yugao, some other ninja, and some root ninja. Naruto said. We'll bring the more noticeable ninja later. The adopted Uchiha listed the Alliance ninja, then slowly ticked the ninja off. I'll need to meet up with them. The monthly shipment needs to be delivered. Naruto said. Naruto, I suspect something is going to happen, and it will involve your friends. Kurama boomed inside Naruto's mindscape. Then I'll need to check on them. The Konoha ninja said to his demon. Hurry, I can sense negative emotions being inserted into someone. I think it's a member of the Alliance. Kurama said. Okay, let's go, Naruto said, as he darted towards the center of Konohagakure no Sato. Tilda in Sakura's mindscape. Tilda. Fuhai smiled. The talisman needs to be placed, he said, as his hand touched the seal that Minato had made. Even if Minato was a corrupt idiot, he still was powerful enough to be the Hokage. Fuhai wandered around the mind of Haruno Sakura. Get out, Shanaru, a figure shouted, as Fuhai quickly leapt backwards. Cherry blossom impact. The figure's face emerged. I'm Inner Sakura. Die, Inner Sakura said, as she punched the ground and sent Fuhai flying. Mind paralysis jutsu, Fuhai exclaimed, as he quickly prepared a jutsu. Fuhai extended his hand as the jutsu struck Inner Sakura. I'm frozen. Let me go, Inner Sakura roared. Fuhai darted around as he placed memories into Inner Sakura. The evil Yamanaka quickly sealed away Inner Sakura and Sakura's memories. I need to place the talisman, Fuhai said, as he held a kunai tightly. Where is the core? The man quickly placed the kunai down, as Sakura's mind exploded. Then fake memories flooded her mind. Fuhai quickly released the jutsu. I'm done, he said. Good, Minato said. What is Naruto Uchiha? A demon brat, Sakura said. Good, you did well, Fuhai. Minato said. Now, why don't you join my organization, the Yamasenko? Tilda with Naruto. Tilda. The Uchiha walked through the city. All of them are fine except Sakura. Naruto realized. Kurama, I need your help. Sakura is full of negative emotions and fake memories. Kurama said. She's been brainwashed. I'm too late. No, Naruto yelled. Tilda later. Tilda, go talk to the demon brat. Minato ordered Sakura. Yes, master. Sakura replied, as she went to Naruto. Hi Sakura, want me to fix you up? You were brainwashed, Naruto said sadly. Demon brat, I don't need you. I wasn't brainwashed. Sakura spat. The kunoichi shunshined away, leaving an upset Naruto. I guess that she isn't on our side anymore, Naruto said. Tilda Uzushiogakure. Tilda. Itachi opened the scroll. Good to see you here. Welcome to Uzushiogakure, or Project Whirlpool, Itachi said, as the ninja inside the scroll appeared in a poof of smoke. This is awesome, the ninja thought. Please settle down and find a house, Itachi said. Suddenly, the seed that Itachi kept sprung open. Bad news. Minato has corrupted Sakura Haruno, a capable ninja formerly in the Alliance. She is now our enemy. We must assume that Namikaze knows some of our secrets. We will need more shipments, Naruto said. I suspect that Minato has formed something like Root, except evil. Stay safe. Plus, the clone shrunk, as Itachi's face darkened. We'll need to get the ninja out quicker than ever. The Alliance's escape equals Naruto quickly dashed from compound to compound. They needed to ship ninja over every week now that Minato started learning about Uzushiogakure. The Yamasenko was killing off some of the unimportant, or nameless, members of the alliance, so they had to bring the more powerful ones over first. First I need to take Hanabi Hyuga, Hiyashi Hyuga, the Hyuga clan, and some of the Inuzukas and Aburames. Naruto thought, as he darted towards the Hyuga clan compound. Die! A ninja from the Yamasenko yelled towards a Hyuga, as he weaved hand seals. I need to stop them, Naruto thought. Bansho Tenin, the Yamasenko ninja was pulled towards Naruto, as the Uchiha smiled. Shinra Tensai, Naruto repelled the ninja into the wall. Wind release. Rasengan, thank you, Uchiha Naruto, one of the leaders of the alliance. The Hyuga said, no need to thank me. Rally your clan and tell the alliance Hyugas to pack their things. When you're done, meet me in the place where the Uchiha clan compound was so I can transport you. Naruto said, yes, Naruto-san, the man said, as he ran in to tell his clan. Next I need to find the Inuzukas, Naruto thought, as he ran off. Outside Konoha, hour later. Is Sasuke done yet? Naruto thought, as he pocketed the scroll of ninja. Hey, Sasuke said, Naruto, let's go. You're not Sasuke. Sasuke never talks like that, Naruto said, as he got into his battle stance. Demon brat, prepare to die. The fake Sasuke said, dropping his or her henge. The Hokage, Naruto exclaimed, as he prepared to fight. Come out, Minato said, as crowds of ninja appeared, surrounding the Uzumaki. This is the Yamasenko. Daddy made us the supreme commander. Mito screeched. Yeah, Menma added. Brats like you are only Genin or Chunin level. Naruto said, never mind. Fire release. Avatar. Earth release. Avatar. Water release. Avatar. Naruto quickly created an armor made of water, fire, and rock. Preparing to attack, Naruto weaved hand seals. Fire release. Dragon flame. Water release. Rapid waves. Earth release. Rock hard arm barrage. Naruto announced, as he continuously attacked the Yamasenko ninja. Let's go. Rasengan. Mito, Menma, and Minato screamed together, as they created a huge Rasengan and prepared to attack Naruto. Wind release. Rasen Shuriken. Naruto quickly formed a Rasen Shuriken in the palm of his hand, ready to launch it at the annoying brats. Add on chakra, now. Minato ordered, as the Yamasenko ninja added their own Rasengans into the huge ball of chakra. We need to have this power. Mito and Menma screamed, as they infused even more chakra into their Rasengan. Naruto halted, then threw his Rasen Shuriken at the ninja, separating the Yamasenko ninja. Hiraishin no Jutsu, Flying Thunder God Jutsu, Naruto said, as he teleported away. Did he perfect both of Daddy's jutsu? Mito squealed. I need that power. Uzushiogakure. Naruto teleported into the village holding the scroll. Itachi, I've delivered the Inuzuka, Hyuga, and Aburame clans. Root will leave soon and the remaining clans and ninjas will have to be delivered. I gave Sai the sealing formula, but I also need to retrieve some things from Konoha. Naruto said, good, Naruto. One more thing. Itachi said, yes? Keep Sasuke safe for me. Itachi said, Konohagakure. Everyone. Uchiha Naruto the demon brat is banned from Konoha. Everyone is also not allowed to leave the village, even for missions. Minato announced. This is going to be a thorn in our plan. Sasuke thought, I need to escort the ninja out. Now that Naruto's not allowed inside Konoha, I need to take up his job. Somewhere else in Konoha. Flash. Naruto entered the Anbu headquarters. Hello. Danzo-sama, Naruto said. Hello, Naruto. The Hokage banished you from Konoha a few minutes ago. Danzo said, we'll need to speed up the evacuation efforts. I feel like we're missing something. Naruto said, we're forgetting something or someone. It's, who? Danzo asked. Kabuto Yakushi. Naruto's face darkened as the realization hit him. He's going to be back. I'm sure Minato will want him in Konoha. I heard something about recruiting a new ninja to Konoha from Minato. Danzo said, it's Kabuto. Naruto said, we need to evacuate everyone before he gets here. How long until his arrival? Week. Danzo said, That's not enough time. We'll have to start evacuating as soon as possible. Naruto said. Plus, I understand. Danzo said. I'll have Sai helping with the evacuation as well as Root. Good. We need to establish Uzushigakure in a week. Naruto said. Escape from Konoha equals. Uchiha Sasuke stood next to Sai, sealing ninja that disliked the evil Hokage, Namikaze Minato, into scrolls. Are we done yet? Sasuke asked Sai. No. Sai said, checking the list. There are 100 more ninja and 2 civilians to seal. We can only take 25 ninja every day through you and Naruto-kun's Kamui, as you cannot overuse it, and there are only days left before Yakushi's arrival. Then we take the rest with you when Root leaves Konoha. Sasuke said. Are you sure, Sasuke-kun? Sai asked. The rest of the Konoha except for Haruno still need to be transported, as well as Root, the Ichiraku people, and some of the Nara, Akamichi, and Yamanaka clans. Yes. Take the Konoha group and me on the Root mission. The Konoha group except for Hyuga Neji and Tenten, a Fuinjutsu expert, should stay in the scrolls. Sasuke said. Very well. Tonight we shall transport the 2 shipments to Project Whirlpool before leaving Konoha tomorrow at dawn. Sai said. Thank you, Sai. Sasuke said. I shall guard you until midnight, when I will call the Konoha so we can leave. Very well. Sai fake smiled, then resumed the sealing. PM. With a few brush strokes, Sai quickly finished the sealing. Sasuke, hurry up and transport the package. Sai said. Understood. Sasuke quickly activated his Sharingan as he prepared his ninjutsu. Kamui. The package disappeared as Sasuke performed the jutsu. We're done. I need to find the last of the alliance and you'll find Root. Sasuke said. We leave in the morning. Okay, Sai said, as he shunshined away. AM. Neji, Sasuke, and Tenten waited for Root to arrive. Sasuke was holding the scroll, and they were ready to leave. Hello, Sasuke, Danzo said as Root arrived. We shall depart now. The gatekeepers are already in Uzushio, so the gate is unguarded. We must leave before pursuers follow. Yes, Danzo-sama. The Anbu members were sighted. The Anbu ran out of the village, escorting Danzo and the scrolls. Sasuke was ready. Hokage's office. Hours later. Danzo-sama has gone missing. The ninja under the evil Minato said. He's left the village. Pursue immediately. Minato ordered, as he shinned out, following Danzo. Shiboy, Hahari, Jonin, follow me. Prepare to die, the demon's friends. Minato thought. With Sasuke. I sense a group of ninja approaching. Sasuke said. Check for pursuers. Byakugan. Neji activated his all-seeing eyes. Around ninja are approaching. Deploy shadow clones. Danzo ordered. Use delaying tactics. Hi, Danzo-sama. Ink beast imitating drawing. Sai quickly created a few ink beasts and birds. I'll delay them in case the clones fail. Sasuke said. Get on the birds and go. But Sasuke. Neji said. I can get out. Go. Hurry while you can. The Root ninja, Neji, and Tenten quickly climbed onto the birds that Sai had created with the scrolls in hand as Sasuke remained. With Minato. Minato finally halted at the sight of Uchiha Sasuke. You are in my way. Minato said. You may not harm anyone that is precious to me. Sasuke said. Your Sharingan will prove useful. Minato said. Amaterasu. Sasuke quickly created black flames and directed them at Minato. The Konoha shinobi quickly dodged, except for 5 weaker ninja who were burned by the flames. Say bye to of your shinobi, Minato. Sasuke said. I am strong enough to defeat you. Minato said. Bluff. Sasuke thought, as he prepared another jutsu. Fire release. Fierce dragon flame. Sasuke exhaled a fireball in the shape of a dragon. Lightning release. Lightning hounds. Sasuke quickly created lightning wolves which struck the Jonin. Partial expansion. Shiboy exclaimed. Wind release. Wind barrier. Hahari said as she created a barrier of wind. You and your teammates are skilled, Minato. Sasuke said. But the other ninja are trash. Amaterasu. Flying thunder god. Guiding thunder. Minato quickly redirected the black flames towards Sasuke. The Uchiha leapt back as he prepared a jutsu. Kirin. The clouds churned as thunder boomed. A lightning bolt hit Minato and his teammates. My new jutsu works, Sasuke said. He's tired, now, Minato said, as he quickly recovered. Flying Raijin slash. Minato teleported in front of Sasuke and slashed at Sasuke. The Uchiha's body toppled to the ground. We got Sasuke. Minato grinned. But I need a break. Uzushiogakure. Where's Sasuke? Naruto asked. He stayed behind to delay Minato. Neji said. That bastard. Naruto growled. Kamui? Kamui's dimension. Naruto walked inwards, looking around. His eyes locked onto a body with bleeding eyes. You're still alive? Naruto held Sasuke's body tightly. You're still alive. Sasuke's eyes blinked open. Where am I? You're in Uzushio. I found you in Kamui's dimension. Naruto said. I had medics fix your eyes. You have eternal Mangekyo now. Thank you. Sasuke said. Thank you. Konohagakure. You mean this is a shadow clone? Minato roared. Yes, I'm positive. Kabuto said. I was a medic. Minato growled. Meanwhile, I'll make myself comfortable in Konoha. Kabuto said. Yeah, nay, goodbye. Fine. Minato grumbled as he left the room. I'll make sure Mito and Menma are fine. Equals, timeskip, months equals. The Azukage, Naruto, yawned. The world was at peace even though Konoha was rotting away, courtesy of one evil Namikaze Minato. I guess it's time for a council meeting, he said. Naruto entered the council room, where the Uzushio Council, Pain, Tobi, Danzo, Shikaku, the clan heads, Sasuke, and the Sannin sat in. Welcome to the council meeting, Naruto said. We are here to discuss the issue of Konohagakure, who have started begging us for an alliance. As we all know, they left us to rot, so we will decline. So what about it? Jiraiya asked. We need to take care of Yakushi Kabuto. We have seen signs that he wants to find us. He was seen near Uzushio a week ago. Naruto said. Of course, he didn't suspect anything, but we need to confront him and take him down. We will need the top ninja and Orochimaru's Edo Tensei, but other than that we need to prepare and get a plan. I agree, Shikaku said. Kabuto will be an issue sooner or later. Danzo nodded. I sent out 2 agents to subdue him or kill him but they never returned. I assume that they are dead. Naruto had approved of Root as long as Naruto knew what they were doing, which Danzo was fine with. Then we must go and fight him soon. Naruto said. Orochimaru, we need some former Kage to spy on Yakushi. Yes, Naruto. Orochimaru said. Good. Naruto said. We need to eliminate him. By the end of this month, if he's not disposed of, I will handle him myself. The council nodded, as the meeting ended and everyone left the room. I need to train, Naruto thought. After all, Kabuto definitely has improved and gotten more Kekkei Genkai. With Yakushi Kabuto. The evil ninja smiled. He had just acquired a few more Kekkei Genkai and abilities as well as jutsu. Everything was going along the way he wanted it to. The foolish Hokage offered his full support. And his brats hadn't improved at all, they were still nuisances. They bothered him a lot. Konoha will fall, Kabuto thought. In the shadows nearby, a snake slithered silently. The snake's name was Aoda, and he had blue skin and light green eyes. He was the personal summon of Uchiha Sasuke, and his summoner had given him a mission. Hiss, he whispered, as Kabuto continued planning and experimenting.